catch on.
That's fresh.
But
That's fresh.
No,
that's one of those viral things.
But dude,
All
three
I hope
scored.
so.
You know, like
way.
all
That's what
three
I'm saying.
would have been sick.
After the
No
game, I was
way.
like, "This is the perfect time." Never mind, you'll never walk alone. We get it. You've been saying that for decades. Let's go into this.
Salah.
Unless Liverpool's stale as hell.
Money. And Bobby Firmino. And we so Coutinho.
That's such a good
We
time.
got Salah.
That's
Dude,
legendary.
I'm a hardcore Man United fan. That guy pulled me to the Liverpool dark side for this game against Man City.
He's so
Well, you know what?
greasy though.
That's
He's
just
so greasy.
another. That's just another Irish fan making you love Ireland a little bit more. He's from Cork. He's labeled as Cork's biggest Liverpool fan. I kind of wish that he took a shower before he made the YouTube video.
Dude,
but he was
greasy hair.
it's almost like he was too excited to get it out there. And then he's like, I need a rattle. What do I get? Oh, I get a pack of spices.
Spice
shake.
shit out the spice.
Dedication.
Oh my god! Like, how did they not sing that during the game? Because if you're the head of some sort of Liverpool firm over
Fan
there,
base,
you
firm.
you bring them in right now. You bring them in for that game.
I think it's just so new. It's so fresh. It's gonna catch on. It will
No,
catch
it's not
on.
about catching on. It's about you just sold Firmino, and not only the fact that all three of them scored, but you need that type of song to uplift the atmosphere. Because how
That was a
dreadful,
fun song,
how
yeah.
dreadful was Liverpool
Timing.
last week?
Timing.
When Philip get sold, everyone was
Damn,
like,
you guys a first name basis? You and Philip Coutinho?
"Oh, I call him Phil." Philly.
Philip, not
When
even
Philip
Philippe,
got
like
sold.
Philip. Like, most American white way can say, "Hey, Philip."
Continue.
Say, "Hey, I'm
But-
from Brazil."
Yeah, well,
Say Felipe. Felipe.
no, I would, but no, he left.
Nah.
But anyways, but it's one of those things where it's like everyone was just, it was almost like a.
Spit it out.
I don't even know how to say it.
All he's
Like-
trying to say,
like, everyone's like
he's trying to say one word, but he's like, he's
everyone's like-
conflating it with
when it comes
freaking
down to it,
sentences and,
everyone from
and
Liverpool
stanzas.
like, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. But in the back of their heads, like,
Timing.
oh fuck,
Timing.
fuck.
Dude, I mean, it was this.
oh shit, we just sold our one or probably top maybe one
Dude,
or two.
it don't
player.
matter, man. This game was vindication for Klopp
That's
and his
it.
whole system. He can't beat Stoke away or Stoke at home sometimes, but he can beat the best team in England with his style of pressing.
Any team
He can
in
beat the
England.
best in Europe.
Not
with
only
this
that,
squad.
but since Klopp's come in, he has the best record against top 6 teams than any other club.
what about like the bottom?
The
eight?
most wins, the
What about
least
the,
defeats.
what about the bottom 8?
Dude, I mean,
The worst.
Yeah,
But that's
like
why we
that.
have Van Dijk. And you know what? At one point, I was thinking, Lovren, Matip, this is the type of game that they need because when we're up 4-1, I'm like, this is why they keep these guys. I'm like, you know what? The only bad thing is because I was thinking about what I was going to talk with you guys about. I'm like, the consistency. And then bang, bang. I was like, fuck, guys, you just ruined your own goddamn career right
Dude,
there.
you need
You
to-
just showed why they came and got
Look,
Virgil van Dijk.
not only that with Klopp, but Klopp has the best managerial record against Pep Guardiola. He's beaten Pep on 5 different occasions in all competitions. Which goes to say, man, like Pep doesn't really get beaten that often, bro. Especially
Not by
by
the same
one
guy.
specific person.
Yeah, and Man City
Dude.
have not won it at Anfield since 2003. Only time in the EPL era. Kevin Keegan, back when Man City had, a bunch of bums.
Steve
essentially.
Ireland.
That's pre Sean Wright Phillips.
and Man City was tied for third for all time undefeated streak. So they were heading towards being the best EPL team of all time.
But they aren't.
They
They
can
aren't
still-
invincible. They are not invincible.
Well, there were many times that Arsenal drew that year too. So I mean, they can still be the best.
Nope.
They can still be the best team ever
No, they
because if
can't.
they have the most wins, they could get the most points.
No, they can't.
If they get the most points, if they get
never
the
be
most
invincible.
points, then
But they won't be invincible. So I'm good with that.
But would you rather be invincible or have more points?
Invincible.
I'd rather have more points.
I'd rather be
Because
invincible.
At the end of the day, it's
'Cause
better to have
no
more
one
points,
beat
'cause
you.
more points gets the best.
But someone beat you. So someone was better than you.
Yeah, but I mean,
versus being
it's Liverpool.
invincible,
It is-
where
it is what it is. But when it
nobody
comes
was
down
better
to it,
than you.
Look, Man City, they pass the ball. That's why, as much as you guys make fun of me,
What did they
no,
do with
Great
the ball?
analysis.
What did they do with the
What
ball?
I'm saying is, as much as you guys make fun of me for it, that Liverpool's pace was able to play not just offense but defense. They were able to recover in the right area.
It's not
They're
just-
able to
yeah.
track back. They're able to cover their ground.
But
They're-
you know
what?
not
It's
only
more
that,
than pace.
But
It's
they
more
were
than
just
pace.
not pace. They were strength. They made City look like a Spanish team. Not to dub Spanish teams,
You
but
just
they
did.
they
You
pushed them
just did.
around like they're little boys.
Yo, there were
Look,
guys on the floor all the time for City.
Fact
Oh,
of
big
life,
time.
man. The only way to beat, not the only, but one of the ways I've seen to beat this Liverpool Man City team is to play that gegenpress. Tottenham obviously got worked by Man City, but usually Tottenham's a team that gives Man City a hard time because they play that gegenpress, not as aggressive as Liverpool. But
They're
if you
all
don't
out.
give these guys time and you play physical, they're smaller. Pep likes the smaller guys. Obviously, they're strong guys, they're professional athletes.
Why would
but
you?
they're not there for strength.
Why would you concede out the gate? Why would you just give up and concede possession? Let them play the way they want to play.
You know-
Press the shit out of them. Be physical. Punch them in the mouth, hypothetically
But
speaking, and that's how you play.
You know what the
them.
problem is? If you're not used to that, if you try to do that for one game out of your or 2 games out of your 38 games, it's 6-7 nothing.
You will get exposed.
Stoke try to play that pressure on Man City. If you don't have the talent to
Stoke
actually
never had
want
that heart.
No, you
Clearly
don't need the
with Mark
talent.
Hughes.
You don't need the talent because look at Huddersfield right now. Because Huddersfield caught the Premier League off guard by pressing the same way. Because two best friends being managers, they have the same type of. It's not the exact same,
yeah.
but it's pretty similar.
Similar.
And Huddersfield just go, and it's caught a lot of Premier League teams off guard this year, and that's why they're able to get many more points.
What other nouns are you gonna say in triplets this episode? That's what
Pass.
Pass.
Score.
Go.
Go.
Run.
But man,
Choo-choo.
We'll see.
Man
We'll
City,
call it out.
Pep's a little amped up right now.
Pep Guardiola, you want to play out of the back? Go for it, my friend. Go for it, man. You put pressure on those guys. No one likes pressure,
Especially Ederson, huh?
Especially Ederson.
Dude,
He's a futsal goalie in his native Brazil. He likes to use his feet. Yeah, don't try and find a pass when you're 10 yards outside the box
but-
in the middle of the
look,
fucking
man,
field.
I'm gonna-
boot it.
What are you gonna do?
Put it
Are
at
you
the
gonna
corner
defend this
flag.
guy? In this game?
Look, in this game, he was shell-shocked. This was a big stage game. I don't think he was expecting the cop to be that aggressive. When that first Oxlade goal goes in, you watch that goal. It's not a very well-directed shot to the corner, out of reach.
It should
It's
be
just
saved.
a low power shot, and most of the time,
Savable. Is it
It was
savable?
99% of a top
Extra
6
power.
goalie saves that. You see why it goes in? It's because he's not set. He
So
was still hopping.
one half error or error? Is that a full error?
No.
It's not even an error. It's just a.
He should have
it's
had
an
it.
incident.
Technically,
He should have had it. I don't think it's an error. It's not a mistake. It's just timing. He was still setting his feet when the shot went off. It's a snapshot essentially. So I don't think it's an error, but I think the goalkeeper should have done
so
better.
it's a
not
fault.
A fault.
De
yes.
Gea,
it's a
Courtois
fault.
make that
So that's
save.
one fault
And
on
Ederson
so
makes
far.
that. And
Yeah,
Ederson makes
Ederson
that save
usually
because he was
does.
playing Man United, made those crazy saves. What I'm saying is, after that, man, he never really had a chance to recover mentally. He didn't get tested too much, and the few times he did, the balls went in. It was just a game where you saw a goalie crumble, and it happens
And
once
that's
in
the
a
thing
while.
you do have to be against City. You have to be clinical. You cannot. If
That's
Liverpool
it.
scores one less goal in this game, they don't win this game. But to be able to put 4 on them, and we're championing
bang.
this
Yeah,
Man
but
City
Liverpool could have had
defense.
another 2 or 3 goals.
John Stones, in my opinion,
Exposed.
He got exposed. He got exposed because he's been playing
Firmino
well. He's had a
put him in
good
his pocket.
season, but there's a certain level in which he's not at right now,
Dude,
and it's clear.
It's a man's game, John Stones. This is the EPL. You got bodied by Roberto Firmino.
Firmino's
A guy you have a foot on, and you were ahead of him towards the ball. It's
Firmino's
shocking
strong there.
defending.
Hey, you know
Dude, I'm
what?
not saying he's not strong, but he was
Let-
behind the ball. He had no right
You should have
getting
held him
there.
off or go down, right? When you
let's-
feel that contact,
You
go
don't-
down, try to fish for a foul.
As a center half,
Hold
that's
up.
typically not what you do. But I see what you're saying.
Let's start from the beginning real quick, and then I'll get into the Edison part. So when
Okay.
it comes down to it, Philip Coutinho gets sold. Everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
We're still talking about
So
this?
we have the 3 players. We
Have
have
the
the
song.
Firmino, Mane, Salah. Okay, and people are saying like,
Salah.
but the thing is like Ox, is he gonna really replace him? Other people are like, no, it's gonna be Lallana. Klopp
No,
goes
no,
with
no.
Ox.
No.
Hey, that was a triplet.
No.
That was a triplet.
And then
Yes.
Ox comes in. And look, he said it after the game in the interview, saying why he left Arsenal. One of the reasons why he was playing wing back. He said that I didn't mind it, but it's not my preferred position. When it comes down to the manager, he said a bunch of praise about Arsenal, but said this manager, he's letting him push. He says Klopp, just shoot the ball, feel confident, believe in yourself. So when it comes down to it, he got the ball, saw a little gap, and he knew that once he gets a step on somebody, he knows. He even said in the interview that I can usually outrun or beat them out.
shit, he's fast as hell.
Once he gets that, he has full force going to the ball. That shot,
It was a
even when
laser.
you say Courtois De Gea make that save? The fact that he didn't make that save is because he was in between a hop.
Yeah.
That
He
power,
wasn't
that shot
set.
had so much power that I don't know if De Gea and Courtois are in between
Look.
a hop, they don't make that save.
Look, if any, no,
Because of his length.
No, no,
Courtois
no,
because
dude.
of his length.
because
If
in
any
between a hop.
goalie's in between a hop, they don't make it. That's why they say when a goalie's coming out, try to shoot it right next to their legs because they're taking a step forward. It's just physics, man. If you're mid hop, you can't move your body. You're not a cat. You can't move in midair.
Casillas was a cat.
Now the difference is, De Gea would have done his hop quicker. He would have been set quicker. Courtois would have been set quicker. Lloris would have been
Even
set
if he
quicker.
wasn't,
And
his length. Because
Ederson would have been set quicker. This was just an
Well,
isolated
you know what?
incident.
You know what
the
I'll
whole
say?
year, Ederson's
I'll
been
give
making
Alex
crazy saves.
Oxlade more credit for this goal than I will give
Absolutely.
more blame to Ederson.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's
the,
what
we're
I'm
on the
saying.
same page
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
It was
it's
a
a
good
great
shot.
shot.
It was clinical. Well, you can't forgive his Mingale for that near post bullshit.
No, it's not
It was
Mingale.
not
I
Mingale.
mean,
It's
Karius.
Karius.
Oh, Karius, my
Oh
bad.
my
Well,
God.
first
I
of
don't
all,
want to
get on
blame
your boy.
Mingale.
Hate
Mingale
you,
would
man.
have saved that because he's a shot stopper. No,
Karius
Mingale would
with
have
that-
probably made a pass that let Man City get in for a breakaway. But
Yeah, that near
shot
post.
stopping, you can't get beat near post.
Joe Gomez, you can't get beat over your head.
Oh my God. Well,
You know, let that ball go to the
Dude,
sideline. Hey,
that
keep,
was-
keep
you
it
know
in
what-
front of you.
Perfect call out, but that was one of those fishing lines, dude. Where the ball, like we've seen Scholes do it. When
Got
he
caught in the
spreads that
wind
ball-
or whatever.
It's
you
not
know.
even in the wind. It's just you
Such
think,
a
oh,
good
I
ball.
can get it, and it's so pinpoint perfect
It's
that by the
perfect.
time you realize you can't get it, it's over.
Yeah.
Scholes does it. Pogba does it once in a while. You'll see Özil playing that ball. Fabregas is a king of that. Where you just read it, you're like, I know I don't got it.
but that's
And a
also,
more experienced back probably would have
But that's
helped.
Yes,
also a
yes.
difference between Joe Gomez, who's naturally a center back, and not an outside back. Because outside back, Nathaniel Klein doesn't do that. Nathaniel Klein hangs back a little bit, and even
Probably.
if he does, he has the pace to get back.
Yeah.
But that's
Wow,
also
imagine this Liverpool team gets Nathaniel. Imagine this Liverpool team was playing Virgil van Dijk.
People
And
forget that
and,
Klein's on this
you,
team.
and you just lost Coutinho too. So these are arguably three of your most consistent players, I would say.
This-
well, not Van Dijk. He just got here.
So before we get into the other goals, this game was this was huge for
Massive.
the Emery Chan talks. This was
He was
huge
massive.
for the Goretzka talks. I mean, this game was massive for the future of Liverpool.
This is your advertising game. You lose your best player. The media's going nuts. Tom's going nuts.
Your best defender can't play.
Best defender can't play this morning.
And
we
he
all
would've
find
saved
out.
one of those
Your
shots.
backup goalie's in.
He would've.
Your number one's out.
Changing
Go whatever.
goalies.
Yeah, on the fly.
On
You know,
the
this guy- he's
fly.
played Champions League. Karius has all season.
Number one, soon to be
Dude,
number
and
two
they-
when they bring the other goalie in.
and-
All block. Here we go.
And if you
Settle
had
down.
concentration, it could have been for Tom. This proves if the Liverpool brass was thinking, oh, we've spent so much money over the last few years on managers, they need to go all in this summer, man. You got Keita coming in, who's a center mid who can ball. You need to get guys like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang,
And
all block.
who Arsenal's
And
going
just,
to do right now.
just to be official, Liverpool did try to sign Naby Keita in January. Leipzig has come out and said that they will not be signing him. They will not be transferring him to Liverpool in January.
It did not make sense for Red Bulls.
We'll see.
No.
It doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
for them. But
Even
we'll,
if it was
we'll
like an
see.
extra 13 million, whatever, it doesn't make sense because they're trying to make top four.
Exactly, for Champions League.
But I'm with you. Liverpool now needs to
All in.
heighten your ambition because
Yes.
you've shown that when you do bring in a 70 million, the most expensive defender in the world, in Virgil van Dijk, first game he makes a difference.
Game winner.
And
FA
believe,
Cup.
more so than that, leadership. I'm
That's
seeing
it,
him
dude.
point things out, communicate, organize things. If you bring in quality, quality will prevail. And in this game, I think that Liverpool had the psychological edge. If we go back to the reverse fixture of Liverpool at Manchester City, Liverpool, in my opinion, was not necessarily dominating that game,
They were
but they were
balling, though.
winning.
Up
Yeah.
until that
They
Mane
were
red
winning
card.
that battle.
The Mane
Up-
red card fucked it all up.
It changed everything with Ederson and Mane, and then City was able to obviously exploit Liverpool being down a man. But this game, I think Liverpool got in their heads. They were at Anfield, and they knew that
The
Salah,
energy.
Mane, Firmino, those top three, man, those guys.
Dude,
up
the
there,
only
it's too
difference
much.
between Liverpool and Man City is a single trait: mental. Pep can get these guys to play at this level that Liverpool played today every single game. 38 games, 50 games a year. Or maybe, maybe a few off games here and there. But
I give
Man
him 40.
City,
I got that much respect for Klopp. I'll give him 40.
but even Man City won't. When they lose, it's not because they didn't show up that day. It's because, the other team was just better. Like today, we can't say Man City was outclassed, outplayed.
You know what they were.
They were just. It just wasn't their day.
And you know what I respect about Pep so much, bro? so many times we see top managers, like you're on this unbelievable run, and then all of a sudden a team beats you.
Buckles, yep.
And you fold. Your body language is negative.
Kicking water bottles.
Every time Liverpool scored a goal or Man City conceded a goal, Pep clapped his hands.
Oh, it's hilarious, especially after the last one. What are you clapping at? You clapping at Ederson?
Okay.
No, I know what he's doing, but I loved it.
But it worked. If it didn't work,
well, dude, because
it's laughable.
they don't give up their style of play. Man City will play, live or die. And if they didn't lose the ball in their final third with the press, they would have won this game because they kept playing.
Dude,
they'll hit you for 2 in the 80th and 85th minute because they just keep it going. Trust the system, and it does work.
5 more minutes, this game is 4-4.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
5 minutes. That's how close Man City was after
100%.
being smashed for 2. In the space of 3 minutes.
Forget about the 2 goals at the end. Let's talk about the 3 goals that Liverpool got in a matter
What do we
of
forget
10
about it?
minutes. Because first off,
all about the threes today.
no, when we talked about Stones, he just got pushed off the ball. What a chip by Firmino. Firmino.
That was a class.
World class.
That was a number 9 finish.
There's rumors
Jesus.
of a lifetime contract going to Roberto Firmino.
What?
As
That's
much
so
as
gross.
I've talked to some guys saying like, oh, you got the wrong Brazilian, this and that. I think
Some
you all
guy.
know that I've been a huge
Screw you, some guy.
Who are you
Fuck that guy.
talking to, dude? Who are you talking to
some
that
guy
you
to
can't
alley
name?
some guy.
the man that used to be in this room.
Was he homeless?
Fazio!
Mr. Farid.
Chelsea
We were talking, he was
sucks.
like, are you kidding me?
I love that you
Are
called him some guy.
Right?
Like we don't know.
I said some guys, because I talked to a couple other people, but he was the majority
Alright.
of the people
Gray
I talked
area.
to.
Big
When
Stu.
it-
Big Stu, shut up.
when it,
talked to Big
No,
Stu?
no, I didn't. But when it comes down to it, they're saying like, look, you got the wrong Brazilian. But I think you all know how much I was a fan of Roberto Firmino. Once Liverpool got linked to him, I did my research on this dude, and I was fully on board with this guy.
Once he
I know
fixed his teeth,
I know
you know.
you guys. I know
That was
you
all
guys make
about
fun
him.
of me about the whole pace thing. He doesn't have the most pace, but the way he can hold up the ball against 3, maybe 4 defenders
Dude.
is outrageous. He's got that Brazilian flair. The way he pushed, he has like almost an English and Brazilian style where he pushes the defender off.
Let's
not
be real
getting-
though. If that's Vincent Company, dog, he's
Nah,
not
but
getting
look,
that
look,
goal.
look,
Yeah, but if that's
look.
out of the
He-
majority of the
Nah,
defenders,
nah,
he
look.
can get that ball.
Yeah, man. And Vincent Company gets scored on. It's always
doesn't
funny
get
when
bodied.
defenders.
Vincent
Company
look,
doesn't
Company
get
would've-
bodied.
No, he
John
would've
Stones
pulled
got
up.
bodied.
Company
Look, I've
would've
seen
pulled up
Company-
with a hamstring
I've
issue,
seen
and
Company-
Firmino would have
Company would have bodied up, cleared it,
Nah.
and then would have been
Dude,
injured.
I've seen Vardy slip under Company's shoulders. Look, it happens. I think Stones wasn't expecting contact from behind. If Stones goes down, I think he could have argued a foul because
know-
that initial contact wasn't shoulder to shoulder. He got barged
You
in
know
the
what
back
is
a little
tricky
bit.
is it's in the penalty area. So John Stones cannot be overly aggressive. That's
That
if
too.
we're analyzing it from a football perspective, he can't be over aggressive. That's why I think he went in a little bit light.
Yes.
Because he didn't want to. He was in the
And he wasn't
18, didn't want to
anticipating
make that
Firmino because
contact.
Firmino's not known for this physical. Like if that was Andre Gray running over his shoulder, Stones would have been ready for contact, or Morata or Lukaku. He would have been ready for
Hey,
contact.
Stones, welcome to the EPL,
So-
bitch.
Dude, I love it.
Getting to the next goal.
Hold on, let's stay on that. Still on Firmino. We'll wrap up Firmino. I want to say something about your boy there. You know, people have been critical. I've been critical of Liverpool not having a number 9 in the past, a proper number 9. You don't like the way they play. We already know they don't need it.
He's a false
with
nine.
their style of play, they don't need it. But only you need the guy off the bench. That's the number 9. So when you play the certain games, you have the number 9 there for you. But without it, you play better without a number 9. Spain didn't have a number 9 for years. They won World Cups and Euros.
No,
Dude, in my
You don't,
opinion,
you
know
don't,
why?
and you don't need it.
But they had Puyol
They-
back then.
No, they had David Villa,
And
who
Casillas.
was a true number 9, playing. He could play out wide, though. And
He was a Barcelona number 9.
David
guess
Villa.
what? Salah
like
and Mane
Suarez.
can play at number 9.
Look,
was
but
a
no,
number
man,
nine.
no,
I'm
no,
just
I
saying.
think
I'm just saying. They, like if you can beat Man City without a proper number 9,
Firmino's
the style
perfect for
the style of
Klopp's
play
system right now.
suits without a number
this-
9.
could you beat Man City? Could Liverpool beat Man City in 10 games though? No.
I don't know.
No.
Man City would win.
Man
the
City
majority
would win
of
I don't know
majority.
about that.
I think they would, dude.
Depends on what
because
the space is because Liverpool is
I
dead
do.
right now.
no, because
Their
you
legs
look
are
at
just
but you
crap.
look at Liverpool.
That's
At some
right.
point, they're gonna have a mental lapse. First of all, those 2 goals they
with
give up
Virgil,
were
with
mental.
Virgil now,
Even with Virgil, dude, there's gonna be mental lapse. They didn't have a clean sheet when Virgil was playing.
with John
the other
Stones
day.
back there, I'd say the same thing.
Absolutely, but that offense, you look at
And
City over the
Ota
last.
plays good with the guy next to him. With Company, they're nice.
Who's
That's
had the
what I'm saying.
better
John
season?
Stones next to him, it's a different story.
Who's had the better season over 23 games? Like consistency.
Who's had a better season? Obviously.
That's
Man
what I'm
City.
saying. So
That's
over
who-
10 games, we know what City we're getting, and 100% of the time we're getting that same City. Can Liverpool show up like this every game? I don't think you can if you don't have a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang
I think they're
to
getting
make
there.
some magic.
I
they're
think
definitely
Liverpool,
getting
in
there.
order to take yourselves to the next level, you've done for what we've been calling for so
Defense.
long. Address the defense. Robertson, let's not sleep on this guy. This guy.
You're all
had a
making fun of
game.
him.
I was. No, I'm not making
Yo,
fun
how
of
about
him
that time?
anymore.
He goes from left back to left midfield to left wing to center.
That's pressing.
Right wing.
That's
he
pressing.
just kept following the ball. And then
Klopp encourages
he
that.
didn't
Just press.
And if he didn't get called for the foul, he created a goal opportunity. True, he held back Otamendi, but still,
It was.
And the
foul.
best thing about that is that he did cause a foul, because if he doesn't cause a foul,
They
now
reset.
But you know what that tells me about Klopp? That tells me about the energy levels of this system.
Confidence.
Everyone is in shape. The left back is pressing all the way to the right
In the
wing
80th
position.
Yeah.
In the 80th minute too.
And
nonetheless.
doing work, not just pressing, doing work with the
And you're
press.
leaving
Insane.
Sane or Sterling or whoever back there. You know
He
what I
made
mean? Like,
got that
Sterling look
covered.
like a little child.
They got that covered.
yeah, I love it. I
Yeah,
love.
here's a fun stat
Yeah,
for
the
you.
How about Robinson going into him, Sterling getting in his face, and Robinson doesn't even look at him. He's like, "That's my job,
Dude,
Bro,
Robertson.
This is my job."
I've been
Go ahead.
critical of Robertson in the past, saying you should have signed Maguire from Hull City instead of
They were
Robertson.
different positions, but I would take him too.
Well, you should have got Maguire and him,
That'd been
and then you get
awesome.
Virgil and Maguire, two towers in the back.
Oh, my
Anyway,
goodness.
Robertson, man, he's got good left foot, sweet left foot, great work rate as we saw today, Sunday that is. But fun fact: Liverpool have never won a league title without a Scotsman in the squad.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Robertson,
go.
man, he's that special player, man.
I was
He's that
thinking
X
about that.
factor, dude.
I didn't know that.
He's the
I didn't know
Scotsman.
record. I didn't know the record, but I was like, oh, because I was thinking about how when Liverpool really began, because once Everton left the grounds because of the
Talking
the-
history
the-
here. Little history lesson.
yeah, basically. So when they had to pay the rent and everything, the rent went up. So they moved over to the
Other side
stadium.
of Merseyside.
So the people for Liverpool, they went over and just got a bunch of Scotsmen, and they came back and just started winning and winning and winning.
I'm a Scot. Winning and winning. There's a triplet. I'm a Scot, man.
Dude.
So second goal.
All
All right, before the second goal, they just pressed, and I love the fact that Klopp was like, "Go, total, all four dudes, just go and get that ball again." Because Man City, they're a little they just like a little.
That was the
they're a little
third goal,
dizzy.
I think.
No,
No.
this is this
It was the
before,
third-
this is the before the third goal when they this is right after the second goal. They press.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
This
after
is
the
what-
second-
this is-
it's
Yes,
the third
yeah.
goal.
No,
This
it's
is
not
what
the third goal.
happens.
It's not the third goal. It's not the third goal yet.
Mane
Yeah.
takes
So
the ball,
got
wins the ball back. He hits the crossbar,
But
right?
no-
There's three options.
What?
And this is what I love about Sadio Mane,
it's
right?
1-1 at that. It's
No, it's
2-1
2-2.
at
No,
that point.
it's
2-1.
It's 2-1.
No, yeah,
So
it's
it's the
2-1.
third goal.
You're
Yeah,
right.
no,
But
it's not a
right
goal yet.
Before
It's not a goal.
the third goal.
It's right.
What
before-
you're saying
It's
is
leading
yes.
up to the third
Yeah,
goal.
we're talking about the third goal. We're not
Yes.
talking about the second goal because
Next
already
chapter,
happened.
third goal right
So
now.
he
Yeah,
says
yeah,
press
yeah, in between
right
the
at
second
the
and third goal.
kickoff, right when Man City kicks off the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
He's like press.
Semantics,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Semantics.
No, we're talking about the
you're
third
right.
goal.
You're 100%.
Build up to the third goal.
So Mane, and this is what happens. Mane wins the ball. I don't know. I'm sorry. I forgot who wins the ball. At the end of the day, Mane gets the ball. He's driving. He has an option to his right, option to his left, and a 3v2. Tries to shirl it, hits the crossbar.
Post.
And post. And
that's
everyone's
what-
like, oh,
I'm gonna
pass me the
disagree
ball. Next time, literally, the next play, Liverpool
Tom,
do the same
right
thing.
before,
They press.
I'm literally like, Mane, you greedy fuck.
I'm like,
Continue.
no. I'm like, no. Mane, do you, son. Do you, because you're the man. Shout out to Senegal. He gets the ball back, and now he's on his left foot. Similar situation.
Greedy.
2 options available.
Top of the 18 yards
All right,
out.
Touch,
This is
left
You're-
foot ping, up a Nindy. Let's get it.
You're
3-1,
You're
son.
actually like basically highlighting the fact of this conversation right now, because I was bringing that up, saying the fact that he should have passed both times.
No way.
because-
He hit the post and
No,
he
he
buried
should
it.
have passed both times.
Thank you.
That's,
Fuck that.
that's the difference. That's,
you.
listen, guys,
Thank
that's
you.
the difference
Thank you.
between Liverpool and City, because City
That's
made
it,
that extra
man.
pass, and that's how they got
That's
the 2 goals at
it.
the end.
Hey,
Liverpool
who won the
would've had-
game?
Who won the game?
Liverpool would have had 2
23
extra
games.
goals.
If he does that for 23 games, he misses. There were
Everton,
times
look
actually.
at
There were
Everton.
games. There
During
were
the
games
Everton
when he
game.
was selfish. When Mane
There
was
was.
selfish.
There were.
You see what I mean, man? That's what we're talking about before
passed
the
that
show.
ball.
If you do
this-
the right thing every time, most of the time the right thing's gonna happen.
Hawks was in the
If you're a
6-yard box.
star,
Hey, this is why
What about the
you
6
do
yard
what
box?
you do.
I compared
Most of the time,
And
Son-
you know who else is a star? Kevin De Bruyne. Does the right thing every time.
Hey,
Every
no,
time.
Kevin
it's
De
the
Bruyne
right
is
thing.
famous
to
for
do
lost
that.
today.
But dude, I was comparing Sane and Mane a couple weeks ago. You guys all jumped all over me, and I was saying I'd take Sane because he's more intelligent. He plays selflessly.
Fuck
He'll
that.
pl- that's the argument you're
They're
making
taking the
there.
harder guy right
But
now.
I was
Yeah,
saying, dude, but I'm gonna tell him on this Mane. You have an open field, open vision at the goal. open view of the goal.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
hit,
am?
yo,
I'm
you
from the
hit, hey,
percentage.
you hit the post on one, almost goes in, and you bury the other. If he scores
feeling
both,
it.
what are you gonna say?
I'm
Does
from the
Thierry
percentage-
Henry pass?
But
No,
if he-
But
yes,
if
he does.
But if
No,
he
that's
passes
the
the ball,
difference.
Henry would score both.
No, sure he would, but he
Well,
would
now
also
you're right. That
he would
might
also
actually
lay it
change
off.
that.
You know what I mean?
He would lay it up. I'm from the school of high percentage opportunities, the Pep school. Make that
understand.
extra pass.
I understand.
If you have a shot, right, and it's 70% chance of going in, but you could make a pass and we go up to 95, City will always make that pass. That's why they're playing football like nothing we've ever seen. They're not doing anything fancy. There's no step overs. Obviously, they have world-class players who make world-class passes and moves. But
I
you do
get
the
the- I
right
get-
thing. If you play football the right way every time, it's great.
I
Today,
get-
I understand.
I get the
Today,
today's
you
Mane
can't, you
shine.
can't criticize
I get the
Mane in those
percentage talk.
two situations.
Absolutely, I can. He made the wrong decision,
here's
but
what
he
I
killed
compare it to, right? And okay, the one is a free-flowing situation. The other is more so of a standstill. So, if you strike the post after hitting a free kick, most of the time players are like, okay, you missed. Now it's my turn to take the next free
That's
kick.
different.
Free
That's
kicks
what
are
I mean?
different, man.
That's
Free
totally
kicks are different.
That's totally different.
Okay, is
Because-
that analogy
Yeah.
out the window then?
Yeah,
That's out the window.
Okay, all right.
Because you know what?
All right,
Because
let's
I know
talk
what
that
you're
out.
saying.
Let's talk that
Because
out.
you're finding,
Because
he's finding
it's
his
it's a
range.
target kind of
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
So you're feeling. Look, you almost scored. Now you
But
take
we've
it on.
seen- But
You
we've
got your
seen
shoe
Mane
boots
do the
on
same
today.
thing and miss opportunities in Liverpool ties or loses. It's not to say Mane's a bad player. Dude, like we said, with Aguero's the same way. If he has a sniff at goal or a pass to get a guaranteed goal,
See,
he's
I
probably
disagree
taking
with
that
you
shot.
guys in that the second time he should have passed it. I thought the
No,
second
no,
time
Ox was
he
wide
actually
open
should have
to
shot
Trevor.
it.
Both times should have
Put
passed
it
the
this way,
second
put it
time.
this way.
But I don't
You
blame
should
him for the first shot
Put-
or either
no,
shot.
Put it this way. You said, "Oh, what if he scores both goals? What if he misses that second goal
Yeah,
and they
dude.
tie
we
3-3?"
playing the if
No,
game now?
because you started the if game with the what if he scores both goals? Because
No, I
no,
didn't.
No, but just listen.
He said Henri would score. He didn't say if
Yeah,
either.
no, the
He said he
creative,
would.
the creative
Nah,
of
he
the if
said
game
if.
over here. So the guys,
That wasn't me.
Listen for one moment. If he scores,
No.
if he misses that second goal and Liverpool ties 3-3, is
Yeah, man.
how much more infuriating does the Mane saga get? Because everyone's already infuriated a couple times, and now you're saying that, oh, he's a little jealous of Salah, even though Mane came out saying that he wasn't. Now Salah scores, and it's like it would just get even worse.
Look, it worked out today, man.
No,
Moral of the
But
story.
at the same
Moral
time,
of the
those
story.
passes, those guys. I don't know. If
You
it's-
know what?
I don't know.
Look,
Stop. Let me talk for a moment. I don't know if it's
for a
from
moment.
You're talking the whole
For a
time.
moment. Go ahead, keep going though. I'll let you talk.
I'm not sure if
for
it's from,
hours.
I'm not sure if it's Firmino or Salah that was for that first chance, but you saw him just throw the arms down. Like, why would you not pass me the ball? I'm 6 yards out. Give me
That
the
was the
goddamn
first
ball.
opportunity.
And then the second one, there's 2 defenders, and then Ox is in between. Pass the ball through the defenders. Ox has the ball 6 yards
Okay,
out.
so here's the thing, Huss. As an Arsenal fan, okay, we always overpass.
You guess what?
Arsenal-
Barcelona and Man City.
Hey,
Brass,
you know,
Brass.
you had a
Yeah,
turn to
yeah,
talk.
Okay.
Now it's my turn
Let
to
me
talk.
talk.
Right?
Let me finish.
Yeah,
And then you're gonna interrupt me
Talking junk.
for half a sentence, right? So, is Mane a passer? Is he more of a passer or a finisher?
He's a runner.
He's
Okay,
a winger,
that's
so he's
that's
hybrid.
number one. That's
He's a
number one.
winger,
He's a
so
runner.
he's
He-
hybrid.
you
Is
know,
he
no,
more of
no.
a passer or a finisher?
He should be able to do both.
That's not what I'm asking, mate. Is he more of a passer or a finisher?
But to be
In
the
his
best in
traits.
the world, you need to be able to do both.
So
I
Huss
want to
keeps
be the best in
dancing.
the
No, no.
No,
All right,
it's not
I got
dancing.
you, I
So
got
I'll
you.
go to someone more objective.
He's more likely a finisher.
He's more of a finisher,
he's not-
right?
he's an
So
attacking
if
player.
you have Wijnaldum there and he doesn't make that pass, then I'm scratching my head like, okay, you
did
can
it
actually
times.
let me talk. You can split that pass. You have a more of an opportunity to split in that pass. Mane, I won't fault him for taking that second shot. The first one, I agree with y'all, but that first one, you take a touch, top of the 18, take a shot, son. Take a shot. I'm with the Arsenal crew who overpasses. We always try to make the perfect goal. We don't shoot from outside the 18. Take a ping, especially if you're more of a finisher than you are a passer.
I don't blame him for taking either one of a shot. Like you said, he's a star. It's like Salah taking those two
I see.
opportunities and missing. What I'm saying is, as a football like fan or pundit, ex-coach, yada yada, ex-player, those two decisions were not necessarily wrong, but were they the best footballing decision? No, they worked out. Do I blame Mane for taking that sure shot? No, man, because that's his position. But can I sit there and say that was the best decision?
No.
No, it wasn't.
No.
But I don't blame him. I don't
think
fault him.
I think it's a harder pass to execute than it is.
Not for Mane.
In
Not
order
for Mane.
to
Man,
get
Not at that
I
level.
see him
We
score
expect
this
more.
goal against the best team in the league, and I see his confidence go up another 10%, and then he's gonna kick on from here. Now he's heating up. Next game,
But
now
hopefully he brings a team up with him. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
he's a selfish guy.
I don't think he's selfish.
I don't think he's. Yeah,
I don't
he
think
has
he's selfish.
selfish. I think he's selfish this season because of Salah.
Well, he's
This
not the
new
big
boy
fish
come
anymore.
in. Yeah,
you know?
man, and I think he
He feels
feels that, and he's
competitive.
human. And I don't think it's coming from a bad place, but yeah, man, this new guy comes in, barely.
You know what sucks? If he tries that pass and John Stones intercepts that pass, everyone's saying, shoot.
No,
Why didn't you
no,
shoot?
dude. No.
Look, man.
Yes.
No.
Yes, people
no,
say you're at the top of the
Dude,
box.
that was like 6.
Fans
would
would have.
No.
Fans would have.
7. There we go.
Look,
No,
some
because
people.
Because the pass we saw him. Well, the pass.
Look,
yeah.
because
The
Maybe
pass
you
was
guys,
insane
maybe you
pass.
guys,
Tom.
but I think
We
in the
not.
stadium, people are like, why wouldn't?
No,
because
you know why?
You're watching
You know
the game,
why?
you
I'll tell you
see
why.
that opportunity. You was like that.
No,
So
I'll tell
close.
you
Keep
why.
going.
I'll
If
tell
it
you.
doesn't work,
Tom, I'll tell you why they don't react like that. Specifically because it's Liverpool and that's the system. They're the extra pass team. They're the team who plays that. They do, man. Tom, they're not gonna
Man City's an
Bro.
extra pass team.
Bro, Liverpool
is
is-
a counter pressing team.
counter pressing. But when they score the goals, it's not like it's always goals from out wide. It's always ping, 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 and then
Ping.
someone has a tap
And then
in.
there's
usually
ping.
a tap in
There's
in
a
the
ping
box.
or a shirl. No.
No, the shirts come from Coutinho, dude.
And Salah?
Most of the and Salah. Fair enough, Salah. But you knock out those two players. You look at the way Liverpool plays.
I still think Liverpool is aspiring. They may be aspiring to be the extra pass team, but currently in reality, that's not who they are.
They're
I
balls to
think
the
they are,
wall.
That's not who they are
I mean,
right
for-
now.
On
Let's-
offense,
let's-
I think they always make that extra pass. That's why they get in every time, man. They always make that extra
They
pass.
get in there because
Let-
they're clinical.
Let's start with the defense of Liverpool just real quick. Man City come back. Bernardo Silva off the bench gets a nice goal late on, and then the Gundogan goal. You got 8 defenders in the box. You got Joel Matip, 7 feet tall, crossing to the box, and this guy's wide open. He takes it down on his chest and then finishes.
Terrible positioning. Eh?
Awful. No one steps to. He's able to take the ball down off his chest and get a finish. Just shocking defending
Hey,
by
if you
Liverpool.
watched Liverpool defense in the last final 6 minutes,
Dude, the last
Well,
8 minutes,
well,
10
what I'm
minutes.
saying, what I'm saying is, you would be
They
like,
just
how,
stood
how,
there.
How did
They're all
City,
ball watching.
You'd say, how did City not score 12 goals?
Dude,
But
that's
then
why they
again,
would have won the game.
Not only that, I think it was stoppage time completely favorable to Liverpool. You have 4 goals. You have like 4 substitutions. You have multiple yellow cards. And it's 4-minute stoppage time. So when I saw the 4-minute stoppage time, I was like, I thought it was gonna be 6, because when you break all that down, that should have been more than 4 minutes. So as a Liverpool fan, I was so happy to see. I was hoping for 3.
Well, you're at
No,
home.
four
You're at
minutes.
home.
4 minutes was just. I think.
No, 4 goals, 4 substitutions.
They don't add on that much
They
time
actually-
for that stuff. You know.
They should.
Well,
but
but
and
they
then
don't- they don't, though.
Multiple.
Now, correct me if I'm
multiple
wrong,
yellow
but there
cards.
weren't any major injuries.
there weren't
right?
major
There
stoppages.
Well, there was in the first half, but
No,
not
if
second.
you do the math,
Goals
it
are
was
like
under.
30 seconds. You
30
know.
seconds per goal, 30 seconds per sub. If you do the math, they were
I
under.
do minute
Should have
per.
been 5 or 6.
I think
No,
it's
no,
a
but
minute
Dude,
per.
you never see 6
no,
minutes for
it's
goals and
30
subs.
seconds
It's-
per.
I know, but I thought it was gonna be 5 minutes.
Home
And guess
field.
what?
Four's
That-
fair.
But that
Home
1
field,
minute
son.
extra would have been
City
might have
would've-
been the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
City would have crept in there,
Because
dude.
if there was a Liverpool fan out there that was not a little nervous at the end, well, you're a
Dude,
liar.
I was a
or you're
neutral.
just an idiot.
I was a
Nah,
neutral
dog,
and I
you
was
know-
nervous.
You giving it to Gundogan, right? I mean, not Gundogan. Sorry, the Gundogan goal. I mean the the Gundogan goal. Where he took it
Chest,
off his
yeah.
chest, man. Like it's not really on Matip right now. I'm looking at.
Dude, Matip was
Look at
marking.
him.
Marker.
Look, who's that flop?
No,
Dude,
no,
Matip
but-
was on nobody.
No,
he,
no,
was- he
no,
was
no,
near
He was
post.
marking his
Be-
zone. He's the right
Dude, no.
center back, the left center
Dude,
back.
there was nobody near him.
That-
He should be
that
in the
last
middle
goal.
of the box
Dude,
where the
plain and
action
simple
is.
You have a right center back and a
look,
left
plain
center
and
back,
simple
right?
is that's a
Look.
center back issue. Whether you want to blame an individual center back or positioning,
Matip.
the guy
6.
Gundogan. How tall is Gundogan? Like 5'6", 5'7".
Nah,
David
he's
Silva
like,
height.
he's under
Yeah,
6
he's
feet.
yeah,
Tell you that.
under
I
6
think,
feet.
I
He
think it's the
chests
biggest
the
thing.
ball in the 90th plus minute.
Brings
and
it down.
brings it down and volleys it. That's a center back failure. Whether you want to say it's Matip specifically, whatever. Either
Aerial
way,
balls should be
it's
cleared
a
by the
ball
tallest defender.
Push him off the
between your
ball.
PK spot
so
and your
unrealistic,
number
mate.
6. Look, someone failed. Either way, that center back
Klavan's
pairing
number
should have
6,
failed.
right?
That center back pairing failed.
You know that last goal, I actually blame Sadio Mane. Because when you look at it, there was a whole mess going on the right side of Liverpool's defense, and then on the left side you had 3 Man City players, and then you had Robertson. He was on the outside. If Mane was able to go and pick up that guy on the outside, Robertson would have been able to go more pinch inside, and he would have been able to stop that goal. But because Mane was just kind of hovering around, true, he was running like crazy. So like,
It was Lovren.
I understand he was tired.
Lovren's
but
number 6, yeah.
Look, this is
But
something.
at the same time,
Hus,
like-
this is something that you can fix amongst the back four, right? So like this,
You don't
this
need a
is,
back four. Oh, sorry.
You
sorry.
don't?
No, sorry. You don't need to fix the back
Whoa,
four.
true Liverpool fans to me.
Sorry.
You don't?
Sorry.
This is the most expensive
You don't
defender in the
need-
world.
You don't need to fix the back four, and then if Mane comes back and helps Robinson out, Robinson can pinch in.
Hus,
Or
this
just
was an
right there,
error
bang.
made by Dejan Lovren. He misread the situation. Matip is playing right center back. Lovren is playing left
But why
center
is
back.
Robinson
That's a
so
pull-in.
far wide?
Okay, you can fix that in training, is what I'm saying. But as far as individual errors, Lovren needs to step his game up there. He's the guy
Well,
who
that's why they brought in a
misreads the
$75 million
situation. He's the
defender.
reason why a 5'8" Ilkay Gundogan can take a chest trap on top of the 6 and finish. It's an error. That was a mistake by Lovren. Just like Ederson made the mistake for misclearing or misfiring the clearance for the Salah goal, which was taken with
Delicious.
absolute
Aplomb.
composure
Aplomb.
and a plum. That's the
Delicious.
word right there. Salah, that was an excellent finish. We almost skipped by that. But I'm looking at Dejan Lovren, and I'm like, okay, now you have Virgil. Who's that next guy? Because
Yeah.
Lovren's been shaky for a little bit now.
It's Matip and Virgil, I think.
Thank you.
And I think Virgil, if he's playing, just trying to be democratic, I think Man City would score one of those two goals. I don't know if he would stop both of them, but I think he would have
It's a
stopped
4-2 game.
at least.
I
it's
agree
a
with
4-2
you.
goal. Yeah.
After
I agree with
4-2,
you.
it's like, all right, lock this shit down.
Yeah,
They just
Virgil.
scored
He's
again.
just so athletic. He's just.
I don't
so-
know, man. Dude, they played in the FA Cup. They got scored on. Like Virgil's,
Yeah,
he's a good defender. 1-on-1, I don't think he'll lose. But man, like
I think he's more
you
than
need that
1-1.
goalie issue. You need that goalie issue addressed ASAP.
Easily,
You
yes.
can't have near post goals going in.
I think. Look,
It's-
I think
it's a
I
step.
think Virgil
But
van
his
Dijk.
wrists, like, they came back. It's like, what the hell, dude?
I think Virgil van Dijk doesn't make that mistake. I think Matip, his height allows him not to make that mistake. Not necessarily his positioning or his
But he
reading
made
of
that
the game.
stupid slide
He's
that
tall
kinda
enough where
pushed
he
it.
can get a head on it, a flick on that ball that Lovren totally misjudged.
And you know what? Not to drag on this game
We are
even
killing this
longer.
game right now.
Let's
I love
talk.
it.
Let's
Too
talk
late.
about. Let's talk about the
biggest game of
interview
the year.
afterwards. We got Klopp coming in. Oh my God! It was the funniest managerial
Post-match
post match I've seen in a long while. First, he comes up. He's kind of like looking around, like, oh, like, you know, like, kind of confused, and like, oh yeah, we're live in America. He's like, oh, my bosses are watching then.
He's happy, dude. He's such a goof when he
and then
wins.
he's like, well, if you're a manager, you're thinking, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. As a football fan, you're thinking, what the fuck did I just see on live TV? And
He
then
said
like
that?
you see like all the commentators like, oh, he's like, we're live in America. He's like, oh, I thought you could do that in America. I thought.
Oh, it was HBO.
Oh my God! And then when he's running off,
Klopp
it
is
like,
the absolute man. When you guys
Oh my
win,
God.
like he's in the best. I
everybody's
feel like he's
friend.
one of the best managers.
He's the
to
dude you want to
have
hang out with
after a
all
win.
the time.
He's in there with like when you guys are like
He's so
dousing
nice
each other
and
with
friendly.
champagne. He's in
Oh,
the
yeah.
middle of it. Exactly. He's
He's
spraying
emotional.
dudes.
He's one of the guys.
He cares.
Exactly.
He
Even
cares.
look at his attire. Pep is over here with scarves and a suit, tracksuit.
This guy's ready to come on.
Give me that
Hey,
tracksuit.
you guys
son.
need me? I got you.
Yeah.
I'll help you
Honestly,
pull
give me that-
strings.
give me that
Honestly, he's
tracksuit.
loving. I got you.
Maybe throw
I
him
love
on.
Klopp, man,
Maybe
for
throw
that
him on.
reason.
He was a
Like-
defender. He's a central defender. So maybe throw
And
him
a center
on.
forward.
Badass,
Sleep on
man.
his feet.
Anything else about this game?
That's
Sleep on his
true.
feet.
We beat it to death, but man, it was worth beating to death. 7-goal thriller, man. I was a little bit afraid that this would be. You pussies called a draw.
It almost was a draw.
All right, couple
you
rings.
pussies?
Without
almost as bad as
Edison's
an F.
bullshit, this would have been
hold on,
3-3.
Look at this.
You're the real pussy going
What?
for City. That's the safe pick.
Yeah,
That's not the
that's
safe
a
pick.
real pussy
Safe
move.
That's not the safe pick.
Statistically,
Yeah, it
they've
is.
won. They've
Yeah,
only tried one game.
Statistically,
That is the safe pick.
to go undefeated is harder. That's not the safe pick.
That is
for them to
100% the safe
keep
pick.
winning. It's not the safe pick.
Okay, make
Absolutely
your case.
not. For them to, it's statistically harder for them. Every win they get, it becomes harder and harder for them to get another win because to go undefeated in the Premier League is this. I don't even know the statistics of like the odds of how to go, not how, of what it would take to go undefeated.
Look how
But
passionate is his point. If you're so passionate about your point, why don't you pick against them then?
Against who?
City. Why don't you pick against them?
Because I was going with the fucking rolling the dice.
Yeah, you
That's
made
what
the
I'm saying.
safe pick. You said out
It's
of the
not a
odds.
safe
If,
pick.
if there's
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
if there's 10 chances,
You went with the house.
6 out of
You-
4, City's gonna win because of how they've been doing this season.
But if you factor
That's the
that,
pussy
but if
choice.
you
Yeah,
factor
yeah,
that
yeah.
they're
That's the
undefeated,
pussy
if
choice.
you factor that they're undefeated, it's not.
Put it
It
this way.
is.
Put it this way.
Nah.
If you look at
Statistically,
all,
it's harder to go undefeated. How many teams have gone undefeated since the Premier League started?
2.
Okay.
2. Arsenal and another team.
No, Premier League, like the real Premier
okay,
League, not
then.
like English football.
Okay.
1.
Yeah. Who was it?
So what are the odds?
Who was it?
I have no idea.
I want to hear the name
Some
come out your
bum-ass
mouth.
historic team.
I want to hear the name
team
come
that's
out your
about to be in the
mouth.
championship
That's
without
it.
Alexis Sanchez. Also,
No
real,
Coutinho. That's
real
all right.
quick, if you look at all the past predictions, against a top 6 team, I always write draw because I always think if I write Liverpool, I'm going to jinx them. So I never say Liverpool. So that is my defense.
Yeah.
Sweet excuse.
No, that's not excuse.
Yeah, it is.
Not
that's
to
the
believe
facts.
in your
It's-
team,
hey,
right?
it's the
Anyway,
facts. It is what it is. And you know
Unless
what?
it's against
Top-
United, then you're gonna write Liverpool.
Top 4 reasons, that's enormous because when you come down to it, because not to get too far ahead with
Too
all
late.
the other games, but you have Chelsea drawing, you have Tottenham doing work. So now Liverpool are in 3rd place. If they lose, they're in 5th. So that was enormous for Liverpool.
I mean, they're in.
Now
the
they're
hunt
tied
for
on second
place.
in
No,
a
yeah,
sense.
they're 3 points behind. Sorry, 3 goals behind United right now for 2nd place.
United have a game to play, so
Yeah,
hopefully
against
they increase that lead to 3 points.
Dude, let's talk
instead.
about
Hopefully
the
not.
team that's climbing the table.
Are we gonna man of the match?
Pushing
this,
up.
or-
Nah.
No man of the match.
Fuck it. I
All
mean,
right.
if you
Man
guys
of the
want to
match?
give them, I don't have them.
I just want to give.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a shout out. We'll call it a shout out.
Whatever.
Chamberlain.
I'm going to say the Fab 4.
Hold on.
That's good,
Okay,
that's
Oxlade Chamberlain
Oh,
goes to
we're not going to give
Liverpool.
him shit?
Yeah, Fab 4.
No, suck. Fuck that. Fab 4. Why don't you just name one?
No, Fab 4. Yeah, Mane, you got Firmino, you got Salah.
Can
Now
we sing
Ox.
the song one more
Ox
time,
is
though?
the new Fab 4, dude.
Can we cement this song just one last time in
You do
history? How's it go? Mane.
No.
No.
Salah.
Salah.
Oh, Mane, do. Bobby Firmino. And we sold Coutinho.
Greasy guy, you're a legend.
Salah.
All right, team that's climbing up the charts, absolutely going to be a threat this year for 2nd place. Bournemouth 2, Aussie
Oh,
1.
Are they gonna be a
Bournemouth
threat?
climbing, making a shot for themselves. Top 6 competitor over here.
Arsenal
Heating
take.
up.
Jack Wilshere fit to play. Arsenal take the lead. Well done, Bellerin. Two on the trot.
Dude, first of
Bellerin
all,
performing well.
big
Gonna be
story
a great
here,
day
man.
for the Goons.
Not too much about this game, but big story here. Sanchez not traveling because Wenger's not sure if his focus is where it
no,
needs
48
to be.
hours.
Yeah, 48 hours. They're going to find out. And you know what?
I wanna be
It's
a
at-
Red.
It's actually at the point where I almost feel a little sorry for Arsenal for this whole
Fuck
situation.
your pity.
Because when it comes down to it, you're about to lose your best player. You just lost. You're 6 points out the top 4. I mean, you have no glimmer. And guess what? When Lacazette signed this past summer,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't for this situation.
Oh,
so he
yeah.
might be out summertime.
Lacazette signed with the prospect of playing with 2 of the best creative players in the world right now,
they might both be out.
Ozil and Sanchez. They're both on the outs. Probably they're either getting
I don't know
getting
about
sold.
Ozil might stay.
Getting sold this
Not if
transfer
United
window,
wants
or
him.
they're going to leave on a free in the summertime. You know, and he's playing with Iwobi and Denny Welbeck, who are not anywhere near the class of the other two. And you got to feel for the guy. And like Tiki was saying before, can't even get 90 minutes still.
It's ridiculous. He got 90 this game, but it was absolute waste of time. Barely did anything. And we can talk supply, obviously, yada yada. But man, at some point you got to produce the magic for your own team. And in this game, he just wasn't up for it. I don't know if it was because of this stress of all of a sudden Sanchez is not, part of the team anymore.
You know
This
what
is
it was?
all about the
This
back
was
line.
this was the last game of Arsene Wenger's touchline ban, and I think it's affected the team.
Dude, it was
100%.
Dude, it has, huh?
100%.
Usually
Right?
touchline bans, I'm like, dude,
Don't
who
mean
cares? You
shit.
got a walkie-talkie. Actually, you have a better view.
Him and Jens Lehmann
Dude,
sitting there.
If a dude's been there 20 years and he's not on the touchline, it's gonna affect you
team
somehow.
went to shambles. You know,
Like, it's been shambles, but look,
Bournemouth.
the starting lineup. When I saw the starting lineup, I had absolutely no confidence. I look at the back line: Callum Chambers, Mustafi, Rob Holding.
Right.
So now you got 2 inexperienced center backs surrounded
Who
by
play nervous,
an
by the way.
international Mustafi. And look, Mustafi didn't have a great game. I know he got rated 7.7, but in terms of look, you guys always make fun of me about Koscielny, but I think if Koscielny's in this lineup with Mustafi, it's a different game.
Dude,
Maybe we
Koscielny's
tie,
your
but we
best
don't
defender.
lose.
He's your
Kolas-
best defender.
100%.
Kolasinac.
On the bench.
Why is Kolasinac not playing over Rob Holding, who's played like 2 games all season and only one in the Prem?
For some
Has
reason,
not been in the Prem all
he
year.
doesn't trust him at center back, even though his physique says that he can play at center back. He loves
Don't care.
Maitland.
Cole
Niles.
Sanchez has been one of your best
Doesn't play.
defenders.
Tom, if-
he might be actually your best defender this year.
If
I
Nacho Monreal can play center back, Kolasinac can figure it out.
I agree. I'm with you.
Honestly.
I'm with you. And actually,
Center back.
Nacho's been actually one of our best defenders.
Yeah.
Like for like the past 3-4 seasons now. The midfield, I don't love Granit Xhaka at all. But Jack Wilshere, I love Jack. He's the captain. He came back from what we thought might be a long-term injury. Anytime he gets hurt, we're scared. But the real scary part was no Alexis Sanchez and no Mesut Ozil. It's just Lacazette starting up front, Alex Iwobi, who's been surrounded by controversy, and Danny Welbeck, who personally I don't have any faith in. Like I'm done with Danny Welbeck.
And that's why we sold him to you.
I'm done.
And
That's why you're gonna sell us Mkhitaryan.
Absolutely, man.
I hope
Absolutely.
that transfer doesn't go by. But real quick, when we saw last year,
Not gonna be quick.
Well, like it was almost like a 4-4-2. What were they playing? They're always playing a 4-4-2 or something. But then he switched like a 5.
That was the original invention.
Yeah, no,
it was
but
4-4-2, and then we went 3-4-3 or 4-2-3-1.
But then they just switched at the end of last season, and now he's
To a
trying to
3-4-3. Copied Antonio Conte.
I wonder if it would have been better off if they just went right back to that system, because this is obviously not working for them. And because you know what? I'm not thrilled with your. I mean, I'm not a big fan of your midfield.
Thrilled?
I think that's where your main problems is.
We just sold Francis Coquelin to Valencia,
Your
a defensive midfielder.
Arsenal's midfield is just dismal. You have people in the back that can play. They can play. Cock. Sorry.
Whoa.
Cock.
Wow.
You want to play with Cock?
Yeah, I was thinking of Coquelin, but
You talking about pussy
You
too?
think about yeah.
yes.
Boom.
But you have if you actually throw out their names, they have a pretty good starting four back.
Cock and
Ooh,
pussy?
Holding? Rob Holding?
Nah, dog, we
No, it's
don't.
not starting.
He started
Who?
today.
Koscielny, Mustafi,
Mustafi.
Nacho Monreal.
Mertesacker.
So we have a guy who actually he's not a true center back playing there, and then we have a guy in Koscielny who's a good player,
Over the
but
hill.
he's in decline.
Dude, your back four.
Look at it.
You put the back four against
Mustafi,
any.
Koscielny, Kolasinac, and
Rated-
Bellerin. That's one of the best backs.
Rated against
What?
the top 6. Where does it fall?
Burnley have a better defense.
Look at all the- look at all the-
that might be top 4.
That's top 4. Who gets knocked out of the top 6? Tottenham has a better back line. United has a better back line. City has a better back line. Spurs has a better back line.
Spurs.
Dude,
right
Spurs,
now, I'm
what are
not
you
sure
talking
because
about?
there's injuries. There's injuries right now.
And they still let in less goals than
that's
us.
So maybe it's like
Arsenal
top 5.
goals
Top
against.
5,
I think it's 6.
No,
Top 5.
I think
They're
it's
better
on
than-
paper.
they're better than
You're
Liverpool
looking at it from a
when
FIFA
they were-
standpoint. Arsenal goals against 30. West Brom sitting at 19th place. Goals against 30.
That's it, dude. They're
lets
bottom
you
of the
know.
top
Yeah.
6. That back
lets you
line,
know the
healthy,
deal right there.
healthy or not,
But
that back
I
line
think
is
a
not
lot
an
of that
Arsenal
comes
back
from
line.
the fact that there aren't midfielders that can help protect. Because in Liverpool's standpoint, they have Wijnaldum, Chan. They're protecting the back line. That's
true.
what you need. You need the midfield
Huss, let me
protecting
help
the
you
back
out.
four.
And
That's true.
this is to your point. Arsenal have not replaced Patrick Vieira.
That's crazy.
They're-
We have not replaced Gilberto Silva.
it's been a decade.
We have not
Over.
replaced.
Yeah.
I'd say
Cesc
Dennis
Fabregas.
Bergkamp, but not really. Mesut Ozil and that creative guy, but he's not bringing the goals Bergkamp was bringing. Henry, those guys are difficult to replace. But even a Robert Perez, even a young
Mars.
Somebody consistent. Somebody
Keown.
a Nigel Winterburn,
Dixon.
a Dixon,
Lee
Ashley Cole.
Give me an Emmanuel Petit. Give me a Sol Campbell.
Just a guy who shows up, even like a, you know what I mean? A guy who does it on another team, your boy, Son. Just a guy who just consistently works hard, scraps for every goal, doesn't score all the time, but like it's constantly like within that
And
realm.
this is the thing
We
that I
just don't
respect
have
about Jose Mourinho. He looks at his like past blueprints and he's like, okay, I played a 4-2-3-1. I've won 2-3 Champions League. I'm gonna play this formation.
And while I'm at that, I'm gonna bring in the exact guy, Matic. You know
Exactly. I need a defensive midfielder for my system. I need a center back. I need a goalkeeper.
Need number 9.
I need
Big
a
number 9.
striker, and I need a number 10. I need a spine. Wenger doesn't do that. Wenger doesn't look at the Invincibles and say, okay, who was on this team? Let me reconstruct. Instead, we try to bring up the youth and
And you try to bring in
we
no-name players.
We're cheap, too.
Look,
Yeah.
this is just an example. This isn't like the guy that's going to resurrect it. But this is just an example. Why has Arsenal not been linked to Emre Can? He's going to be on a free. Give him whatever he wants.
He
He would be an upgrade.
he wants Champions League.
He would be an upgrade.
He wants
for an
Champions
Arsenal.
League.
But
He's
I'm
going to
saying
Juve.
That's what I said.
But we're not aggressively going after Chan.
They don't go after anybody.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's an example.
We do.
Like, why
We
are you
go
not
after
going after
Janko and randoms?
No, you went to Lacazette. That was like kind of sneaky.
That was
La-
the
last-
first-
last
it
year
was
was
the
the
first
character.
time since
Who- who
Ozil
was
and
it?
Sanchez.
Last year was it Kessie that went to
AC
Perez.
Milan
AC
on loan.
Milan? Why were you not going after that guy? He's a young talent.
Dude, what
He
about,
was better than El Nene.
Look, here it's ambition, number one. And this game showed me what the future looks like for Arsenal without Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it was. When I saw those two not even listed on as substitutes,
Look,
I had fear.
to be fair, Ozil's hurt. That's why he wasn't listed. So
Okay.
for him, it's not a contract issue. Although a contract issue may develop for
It's
sure.
there, yeah.
But for now, it's because he was hurt. So he would have played today, but he's hurt. Sanchez,
But he
definitely
didn't.
a contract issue.
So without those two, we lose to Bournemouth. Now you have to start thinking about other players that Arsenal could potentially attract. Who are we going to replace with Alexis Sanchez? Malcolm from Bordeaux? This kid's 20 years old. Like,
And he's sitting there. His agent is watching. His parents are watching. People close to him, his best friends are watching Arsenal, and it's just not pretty over there. Literally, we were watching Arsenal Fan TV before. They're talking about banner talk. Banners are coming back out. Now, if you're Malcolm at Bordeaux scoring goals from half, you got Liverpool wants you, Chelsea wants you,
Man
United
U,
wants you,
everybody.
Madrid, like everyone wants you. Arsenal has to be at the bottom, and yes, you grew up watching Henry. That Malcolm probably, seen plenty of highlights of Dennis Bergkamp doing it big. But what has happened the last 15 years?
And we're looking at Lacazette, who, like, even though, like,
He was a good
Arsene
signing.
Wenger
He's a
has,
great signing,
has
but they-
taken his confidence, to some degree, because he won't play him a full 90. Any, like,
He
star
should be
player,
playing every game like Salah for Liverpool. He should be playing every single goddamn minute.
Run him into the ground.
Why isn't he?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
And it's not even like he's bringing, like, sometimes he'll bring on Giroud, but he'll bring on Danny Welbeck. He'll
But
bring on guys like this.
But play on Giroud and Lacazette together.
Exactly.
This guy, he
Play
came
off
here.
each other.
Give him some respect. He just joined your club from another team. He
There's
wants.
absolutely no fluidity. There's no
There's
feeling
no
of
rhyme or
game.
reason, dude. There's no rhyme or reason to any of the moves he
It's
makes.
almost
to
like
subs.
it's
There's
almost
no
like
rhyme
There's
or
no
reason.
logic,
There's no
right?
vision.
You can't follow the logic.
Yeah, there's no vision.
Mourinho, you
Where
can
we-
follow all the play. Even though, like, most
Arsene
coaches
has
are
dementia,
failing
probably.
compared to Pep.
He probably forgets. Who are you? You're playing.
Speaking of transfers
So
and speaking of
disrespectful. Yeah,
Arsenal and Jose Mourinho, Tiki and I were talking before this started because
I don't think it's gonna
we had
happen.
a bit of telepathy going on without even knowing. I don't see any reason why United shouldn't go for both Alexi and Mesut Ozil in the January transfer window. If they want to sell them for 30 each, here's
Quick
60, here's 70. Here's Mkhitaryan in
man, fuck off.
We
exchange.
spent that on one player.
Get outta here.
If you can get both those players for 60 million,
Why
that
not?
is a bargain.
That is
in
the
January.
ultimate lack of ambition.
You're saving
Yes.
100. You're
Have to
saving
Sell
100
them
million
both to
right there.
United.
But it's
Absolutely.
either you sell them and you make something, or you lose. The season's shut.
Fuck it.
You're not making probably top 4.
Keep him.
You're not making anything. You want to be.
Sanchez
We're
is
still going
Europa.
for Europa.
I'm just saying you can't win really anything except maybe Europa to get Champions
Look,
League.
No,
but
I don't know.
but
I
I'm
don't know.
saying
Champions League.
dude, if you're not
is 6
if you're
points
not if you're not playing these two players, and they're gonna leave for free and you get nothing, no commission, no nothing, no return in the summertime, you may as well sell them for money now.
No.
No, you can still make
Not
Champions
Mesut.
League with these
No,
guys.
'cause that's
'Cause
what
they,
you're
they still
greedy.
play.
You
They still
want
play with
them.
heart.
Look, I think United should buy him. I think Arsenal shouldn't sell him.
Hell no.
Straight up. Like you're saying, that's basically writing off the season. Like,
That
fuck
is.
it. We'll figure it out. Don't need him. Like, it's
But you
over.
sell them,
There's no
you're-
way
you-
you finish above 7th.
You realize this
those
is the
two dudes
first
are
time
gone.
Bournemouth has beaten Arsenal? It's the first time Arsenal has been
in all
knocked out in the
competitions.
third round of the
But-
FA Cup.
But if you sell just Sanchez, you might not make Europa. And you'll probably lose Europa, so you
We
won't
will.
make Champions League.
'Cause it's-
So you might have a chance to finish in 8th or 9th if you sell Alexis
And
Sanchez.
you know what? I hope it will be the first time Arsene Wenger does not fulfill a contract. If that's the case, I
He
really,
can't, but
He
he's
I
still
really
has
hope
one
it
more
would
year,
be.
though.
He can't
That's what
do
I'm
it.
saying.
He
I
can't.
hope that it would not be, and I hope that Carlo Ancelotti would then take over.
This is getting to be critical situation for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because if you
big-
keep
it's
this, if you
affecting
keep
the
this,
future.
if you keep this going,
The stability of the club.
people are going to leave. You're not. Who's going to be your skeleton?
Who's going to be in the stadium?
You have.
Who is it now, dog? With Peter Cech making, we
that's
lean
what-
on
that's
dudes
my
like
next
Peter
guy.
Cech,
That's my
and
next
he's
guy I'm
making
talking about.
errors out here on
If you
Callum
keep
Chambers.
it going, you're going to also need a goalkeeper because Czech. First off, both one goal.
The first
I don't
goal.
think
That was a
the
mistake.
Wilson goal. I don't know if he should have scored that because first off, save the goal, kill the dude. Basically, you get there, you push the ball,
No,
you
just,
run through
just
the guy.
stay in the net.
He just
you stay in the net.
I-
You
I-
the ball
no,
comes straight
think-
at you.
But
It
if
was
he's
an
a young
error.
Dude, he gets out there quick enough.
Maybe.
Also, the second goal, tough. You
It's a-
can't really
it's a
blame
point
him. That's
blank, yeah.
defensive.
We got Jordan Ibe balling on us.
His first
What is
goal.
going on?
for
So
Bournemouth.
Liverpool's going on you even when you aren't playing them.
Well, Liverpool, Arsenal's helping you. Alex Oxlade.
And
Well, he's not Arsenal anymore. He's Liverpool.
Well,
That's
Jordan
why he's better.
Ibe is not
No, he
Liverpool
still
anymore.
wants-
He's
he would-
Bournemouth.
Who would rather go back? Would Jordan Ibe go
can't
back
have
to
it both
Liverpool
ways.
or Ox go back to Arsenal
You can't have
first?
it both ways, boss. You can't have it both ways. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Got him on the
Pick
road.
and choose.
Hey,
Pick and
you
choose.
yeah,
if
you
I,
pick.
if I was
Hey.
Liverpool, Oxlade was Arsenal.
Hey, same thing with you. You can't pick and choose. You picked top 4 or Arsenal, and you picked Arsenal over top 4.
I didn't. They did. They did. Not me, son. I've been Wenger out since
Oh
for a long time now.
I've
a
not
long
seen
time.
Arsenal TV yet today. Oh my god.
It's riddle.
You know what it is? You know,
my God.
you know when you're at that point past break, like we're used to guys like DT and Troops like raising their voices.
It's about time
being
for people
animated.
to start crying, literally
No,
crying.
They're depressed. And you know what's even worse? When Man U fans and Chelsea fans, I was talking to my Ghanaian boys, and they're from Chelsea who support Chelsea, they're throwing pity on me. They're like, man, you can only kick a guy while he's down for so long.
What I just
Like,
basically did, like maybe like 10 minutes ago. And like I didn't mean
you're
to
the
make it,
only
like,
guy who's a psychopath and just, even though we're dead, you keep kicking and no,
He's
like,
dead,
there's
Huss.
no movement.
Huss, leave him. He's dead.
He'll just keep punching and
No,
kicking.
I'm trying
He'll
to
just
pick him up. I'm trying to pick him up.
But you know why?
Slam him down.
It's because we're at the same level, Liverpool
But
and
you know,
Arsenal.
honestly
That's
though,
why.
I wasn't trying to do pity. I do feel bad because like I know how it is.
Fuck you, I don't want your pity.
No, it's not pity. It's for the fact that I have seen this club, but
Yeah.
5 years
is-
ago, before that Luis Suarez situation, where it's like, what's going on right now?
Tom, at least since you've been alive, you've seen Arsenal at its glory. Liverpool hasn't been at their glory since you've been alive. They wanted
Technically, I was
the
alive.
Champions
Technically,
League.
I'm alive. Technically, I don't remember
Look,
it.
They had a bit of a Champions League run, yada yada yada. That was
No,
cute.
back in the 80s, I was technically alive.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, you were
come
a
on, bro.
zygote, bro. Like, come on.
I was like 3.
No, it was live. Yeah, it was no, dude.
I'm 3
It
years
doesn't
old,
count.
whatever.
But at least you got to see, like, as a
Damn,
a
how old are you?
developed person, like, oh shit,
A
this
conscious
is football.
being. Coherent.
Yeah, Liverpool's just been bad forever, man. But it's
No,
literally
not bad. Just like,
literally-
I feel like we're almost like English is
Look,
like
mediocre.
Atletico.
You know what?
mediocre
I thought
for
about
us.
this the other day. I thought
Madrid,
about
where
this
it's
the
like-
other day. Imagine being a Manchester City fan all your life, like from the
Wait,
80s,
you mean an ex-Chelsea fan?
70s.
I know.
Let's
I
go.
know. I know.
That's what every Chelsea fan who was like, "Ah, my Man City's got all the money." Oh, Man City's nice, dude. Yeah, Tory, I'm jumping on this too.
No. I mean a dedicated City
No.
fan. That's the
I have a
difference.
couple-
Oh, man,
Imagine
dude,
being a dedicated
United-
City
I have
fan,
a couple of those
living
fans.
through
I have a couple
Robinho,
friends
Steven
like that.
Island. Before that, when we didn't know those guys,
Yo,
and then now
I
this
have a
is your
couple.
team.
I have a couple buddies that
Manchester
are friends. That
You gotta
were-
respect that.
No, because they came over from. They went to the same college as me. And they were actually Manchester City fans.
fuck them.
No, but no, this is before the whole like big thing.
Of course,
and then,
man. They've
like,
always
I
had
started meeting
fans.
Why
them.
don't you give your Aldemalda a shout?
What?
Your Aldevalda. Why don't you give him a shout?
Aldemalda.
Aldemalda.
Nah,
I butchered that.
that's all good.
But dude,
Okay,
United used to have a banner that every Manchester derby, United had a banner disgracing our city for 32 years, for 33 years, for 34 years until because they won nothing for over 3 decades. You know, and there's always that banner disgracing our city.
Not anymore, man.
You know, for over 3 decades, man, and you're a supporter for that hurts.
That hurts.
Because you didn't win a League Cup, an FA Cup, a league. You didn't win anything.
That's
for
where
30 plus years.
Arsenal-
They got all that chic money coming in. It's bullshit, man.
So please understand, that's where Arsenal fans are now. That's
Not
where
nearly
we
as
sit
close, man. It's only been a
currently.
decade.
Bruh,
Decade
y'all
plus.
make sure you remind us of that every day.
04, baby.
Every day. 15 years, 12 years since you won a league. You make sure you remind us
You
of
know
that
why?
every year.
Because you motherfuckers
That's what
are
I'm going
noisy.
through.
It's because you guys are noisy. That's why.
Not anymore.
Only because
Not
Wenger's
anymore.
there.
It's crazy.
And it's looking worse now.
Freya's actually sending me messages about memes to make about Arsenal right now. He sent me a photo of Arsenal right there.
See if you can make a Chelsea-Leicester City meme.
Yeah, let's get into that.
I talk about the Chelsea team that's in 4th place.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, that
Chelsea.
tied with a
not
man
sixth
down
place?
to Leicester.
Tied with Liverpool, you mean?
They're in
Leicester are
shambles.
Absolute giant
Don't-
killers,
okay.
man. Leicester are absolute giant killers. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, man.
Leicester the better team in this occasion,
They
too,
should've
if you
won
ask
it.
me, man.
They
Riyad
should've won
Mahrez
it.
in this game. Dude, this guy's got to leave in the summer. He had that crazy year with when they won the title, dropped off a bit last year. But this year, he's got the blonde hair, the bleached hair now. But dude,
It's like a little bit of both right now.
he's got his
Grown a little
mojo
bit.
back, man. He's 2 years older. He's more mature. I think he's grown 2 years.
Yeah.
He's better than he was
And
2 years ago.
And that's the perfect word, man. He's grown in
Yeah.
those 2 years. Obviously, he hasn't grown in leaps and bounds like when he popped. But
Put him on a better team
last
with
year was
better
a bit
players
of
around
a
him.
last year was a bit of a plateau in his growth.
Yeah.
He didn't go backwards. He just didn't grow as sharply as he was. This year, he's back sharp again since
balling.
he got his hair blonde, like Tom was saying. For the fans, for the scouts, to be like, yo, I'm out
This
here
is me.
doing this.
On that
This is me.
Lewandowski shit.
That's crazy, dude.
So do Arsenal sign Mahrez
What do you
I
go
doubt they
there?
as
will.
a potential
Look,
replacement for
Look,
Lexi?
if you're trying to sign him in January, you're gonna pay through the nose. And Arsenal, that's not their game because Leicester needs this guy for potential relegation battle. I know Leicester's safe, but you look at the point spread between that relegation spot and like eighth.
Right now,
It's
yeah.
not like you go on a bad run of 3 or 4 games, all of a sudden you're back to 16th, 15th in that area. So I don't think they want to get. And Mahrez is their best player. I know Vardy's in there doing his thing.
No, but technically, if you look at who's the best football player, it's Mahrez.
He's their best player.
It's Mahrez.
Absolute best player. So I don't think they let him go in Jan. I think Arsenal should try. Poke the bears, see what
I think
happens.
there are
But there's no
multiple
way you're
teams.
getting. There's no way you're gonna get him for less than 60.
Liverpool
and I don't know if
better
he's
not
worth
be one of those
no,
multiple
the number
teams.
was 40. The number was 40 so far. Reportedly, it's 40 million right now. Mahrez, what I said to you guys while watching the game, every time you watch this guy, when he's in form, when he's not interested, he's not that great.
Yeah.
But when he's in form, intrigued in the game, his touch is by far top 5 in England. The
Top
way
3 maybe.
he brings the ball down with such grace, and then he keeps the ball 3 feet in front of him, and he just feels so confident. And the way he switches the ball, the long passes, the shots, the crosses, everything. It just seems,
this is why
it seems
Barcelona
mundane.
linked, Real Madrid linked.
He's the old analogy. Well, not the analogy, but when everyone says something like, "Oh, they're making it look easy," he makes things so hard look so easy. He makes Vardy much better than he is, I think. And that might be crazy to say, but I think Mahrez makes Vardy's job much easier.
Sure, for sure. And Vardy's smart enough, obviously, to know when to make a run, when to check in.
I could see Liverpool really going after Mahrez, and he could fit in well. And he could, and he could fit.
Where's he gonna fit?
Dog, you got wingers for days.
You got.
Guess what? We want weeks, but like we want wingers for weeks,
There's
and
no
months,
room-
and years.
That's not
Dude,
what
he's
you
not
do.
gonna. He's not gonna.
I know, but why not? Why not?
Why
just get
not?
him?
Because
if you
you're
can get him
missing
on a deal.
You're
why
missing a
not?
number 10.
Yeah, but if he's
But
available,
look,
get the
missing
10
a
number
number 10.
10.
To Huss's point,
Champions
if he's
League, he can still
available,
play.
why not? Yeah, man.
Because
Look,
if someone gets injured,
that's
if
the-
Salah gets injured, if Mane gets injured, where
If,
we at?
if you can buy him, yeah, but
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna go to a team to be a guy off the bench or that guy. I mean,
I don't think you'll sell him.
he
that
want- he
way.
wants to
I
start
don't
right
think-
away.
I
You're
don't
gonna
think.
But to
40
play in
million,
Champions
you got-
League?
You're gonna bring a 40 million in dude to rotate him.
Nah, you know what it is?
We
you
did
know
that
what they
with
could
Ox.
do? No, time out.
36.
This is what they could do.
That's for the
35.
future, and he's playing
And
scoring
Mahrez
goals.
for the future, too.
Time
if he
out.
stays.
This is
He's
what he could
28,
do,
29.
man.
It's different.
This
for
is what they
3
could do. Bring in Mahrez, move Salah into that 10 spot. You have this dude. He's strong.
No, man. He
He's-
needs to be on that
dude.
wing. Cut in
I'm
Sherl.
about to say
But he
this.
doesn't,
Cut in
he
Sherl.
doesn't need the
Look.
cut in Sherl. How, dude? He rolled Otamendi today. Rolled.
He's
like,
rolled. He's rolled.
pinned
Many,
him.
he's rolled many a people.
Yeah, yeah.
Pinned him.
He's rolled many a people.
and rolled him.
Lowest
Look.
center of gravity, bitch.
Look.
You put that
Salah-
guy in the middle of the pitch. Look, I understand he's got the speed. You want to beat 1-on-1. You put him in the middle of that pitch.
It's not his
pulling
best
strings.
position. It's not his
Dude,
best position.
I think it might be.
I'm not,
You know what you're
hey,
gonna
I'm
get?
not saying he can't play there. He absolutely can. I think he's more devastating off the
Dude,
wing.
they said the same thing about Coutinho. And you're watching right now. He's slowly creeping into that middle. Barca said, "Yeah, we'll use him out wide."
Coutinho's
He's gonna
been
creep.
a middle
The
guy.
Muslim
who
Messi?
can play left. You know what you're
Tom,
doing right
might
now?
be.
You know what
Tom,
you're doing with
I'm
Salah?
gonna look up his transfer
with
stats.
Salah, you're pulling an Eden Hazard, a guy who's naturally a winger.
No,
Salah
no.
is
You can't- no,
naturally
don't
a
compare
winger.
How to
those
work for
two.
Alexis
Tom.
Sanchez?
There's no-
He worked out
there's-
awesome.
Yeah, Alexis Sanchez.
There's-
There was the same argument. He's naturally a winger. Keep
He's
him
not-
outside. One season he played in the middle.
Okay.
He was
You're
the top
talking about
He lit the
scorer.
world
No,
on
you-
fire.
no, you
he,
guys-
was outrageously good.
Everyone was
You
like,
guys
he's too strong. He can't
you
play
guys
with
done?
his
If he
back
kept
to
playing
goal.
up top,
You
I
said
wouldn't
number
go.
10. You didn't say number 9.
No.
You said
Fair-
underneath.
Oh, sorry.
Dude.
Number 9 is different.
No.
Yeah.
Number 10 is different.
No, Liverpool number 10 is basically a shadow number 9, dude.
It's not because Firmino's playing already false number 9.
dude.
so it's
Firmino,
not a shadow
you make
number
him
9.
a real number 9 then.
Okay, then that's a different argument. That if you're playing Salah at 9 with his strength, his hold-up ability, that's different.
You're missing me. I'm saying Salah because he's creative, dude. He's not just a finisher, so he's a waste just to be at number 9. He's a creator. He's a guy who beats people turns.
Unselfish,
Have you
he
seen
passes.
him on breakaways, the passing decisions? When he made that run to let Firmino overlap behind him, that's a number 10 move, man. That's not winger play. Winger play, Sané can never come in the middle. Can never come in
Yeah.
the middle.
Never.
Because he doesn't
Ever.
have that close. Sterling
Yeah.
can never come in the middle. So it's not just me thinking winger
I
is
wouldn't say
awesome.
never.
Hazard can
Sterling.
never come in the middle because his
I
best
say never ever.
his best play, Hazard, is 1-2 off the ball.
Dude,
But if
he's
he has
he's
to,
been playing
I
the
see-
second striker to Morata.
I see Hazard.
You know what I
how's
mean?
he,
In
how's
the
his
middle.
season
Salah.
been?
Exactly.
Pretty fucking
Not
mediocre.
poor. Not poor.
Poor.
Recently.
Dude, poor for Hazard standards.
I see.
He's
So
awful
I
this
see
season.
that.
3
I see
goals,
that
I think?
same comparison. It's like you moving Hazard into
No, I
the
see him
central
as
position
Coutinho because I
with
see him
Salah.
as creative. I see him as way more creative.
Hazard is very creative.
He's creative with
He's
pace
very
and power.
creative.
He's not creative with
He's technical.
absolutely technical, but in tight spaces, Hazard doesn't flourish, man. He flourishes when he gets to
That's weird. A lot of people would disagree with you about that.
receiving in tight spaces, not dribbling in tight spaces.
A lot of people disagree with
they
you
will.
about that.
That's cool.
A lot of
I'm
people
not
would.
afraid of a lot
And
of people.
I'm
What
one
does
of
that
them,
even
man.
mean?
I'm saying the majority of people would disagree with you.
Have you
man.
polled them? How do we
Okay.
know a majority would disagree?
I did, yo. Go to tumpoll.com and
That sounds gross.
you'll see.
That sounds
Yeah.
inappropriate.
You'll see a surprise.
Hey guys, don't go to tumpoll.com.
Tom, take the poll up.
No,
Arsenal
Tom,
takes
take the
the
North
poll.com.
Pole.com.
Arsenal taking the poll
give
every
the
day of the
poll.
week.
Tom, give the poll. There's a new website.
Tom, give the poll like ArseneWenger.com.
CheddarBob.com. This house is news.
New pills don't work.com.
Don't need no pills. Nah, bro.
No, either way,
I say that's a false equivalency. Either way, bro.
All right.
Wingers on wingers. Liverpool. I don't know how we got sucked into talking about these bastards again.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Liverpool?
We're hopping around. Dude, Conte's future, is he still at Chelsea end of the season?
No.
Yes.
Why not?
I'm with you.
He's
bro.
getting rattled, man. Jose's under his skin.
Oof,
all
that
these
bad.
mind games.
Wait.
You know what? I think
I think they're playing. Shut the fuck up. I'm kidding.
I stopped. I
I'm
stopped
kidding.
that
I'm
months
kidding.
ago.
No, but seriously.
kidding. Dude, Chelsea's not playing nearly as well as they used to. The defensive gig is up. You play 9 defenders, you're still not going to score enough goals to get through. They had a decent run though. They're capable, just like Arsenal's capable in the final months to get a good run together, get back in the top 4. Chelsea's always capable of those runs.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Go ahead.
Why are they not getting the goals right now, Chelsea?
They don't have enough attacking options.
Because Morata is
And Morata
getting pushed
playing
down
two
like a
guys.
little girl.
They're not getting playing 2 guys. Pedro
Two
Willian.
guy.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but
Hey.
Morata.
How
many?
Morata's not holding the ball up. He's acting like a little girl out there.
Dude, Morata.
He's getting pushed around. It's not
Who?
Spain. It's England.
Morata.
Morata, okay.
Morata. But when it comes down to it, it comes down to a couple things. One, maybe Conte stays because he doesn't like Mourinho and he wants to keep on beating him.
That makes no
and when
sense.
It no, it does make sense
Zero.
because because it might be a rivalry.
It's not gonna be
where
his decision. I want to say because Jose is giving me.
Oh no,
giving me shit.
I think it will be his decision because he's doing well with the team right now because no one's going to catch City. So I think he's giving it at least one more year.
Doing that well.
But the way
other
that
than that,
the gameplay, man,
Other than
they,
that-
they got outclassed by Leicester.
Because all the talk is not whether he's going to get fired; it's whether he wants to leave, and it's up to right now. All the reports is up to his personality, and maybe he leaves and says, you know, Jose, you can say what you want. I've won, you haven't.
That's different. That
Dude,
is a side.
all
side-
Jose is
Bring it
saying
in
is, "Hey,
weird.
you won with
yeah,
my
yeah.
team."
Watch this game.
because it's not his team.
It is Jose's team.
Leicester City was the better team in this game. They're pressed Chelsea and Chelsea was at Stamford Bridge. They pressed.
Is his voice
Chelsea.
getting old then?
The chance is who getting old?
Is his voice getting old? Like is his the manager's voice
Yeah,
getting old?
and you know what? More so than that, it's the team selection. That's what's killing me about Conte. Look what he's doing. He's trying everything. 3-5-1-1, 3-5-2. He went from his 3-4-3. He's out of options. Bruh, play Willian, play Pedro.
How the hell doesn't he start him? Why does not Pedro start? He was proven. He's more proven than Willian in my mind because he played
Goals-wise,
the
yeah,
majority
for sure.
wise last year and they won.
just go
Willian
back.
has kind of been in and out the whole time. Even though that he was proven for the first half of the season last year, Pedro came in and actually, dude, there was like a lot of
Fucking
runs around.
sorry
right?
for that, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
But
got one, yeah.
when it comes down to it,
not me.
I understand if he wants Williams to come off the bench. It makes no sense why Pedro's coming off the bench. Thank you. Because when it comes down to it, Pedro was playing last year. They won the league. I don't understand why this guy's
Why
not
don't
starting.
you try to repeat your success?
This guy's class, dude.
I think he tried it at the beginning of the season, and then it went a little faulty, and now he went to the 3-5-2. Worked for a couple of games. All of a sudden,
Where you going, Huss?
you got that weak bladder.
Hey, you sit down on the
You
toilet,
got
take
that
a
weak
piss.
bladder.
With all those moms.
Sepp Ladder.
Sepp Blatter?
Sepp
Great
Blatter.
guy.
Yeah, you got that septic bladder. That's
Yeah.
what you got, right? That septic
Us,
tank.
get out.
No, man, like this 3-5-1-1 thing, playing Eden Hazard underneath the 9, it's too isolating. Hazard, give him space. Put him out wide. Let him cut in. Go back to the 3-4-3. If you need... He won't, like, Hazard is such a star, he won't even sit him. He won't say, you're not performing right now. Pedro and Willian are taking your spot,
Look,
son.
it's hard. You know why he's not doing that? In my
Because
theory,
Real Madrid is scratching.
that definitely. his boss. Abramovich does not want to see Hazard on the bench, especially after
One of
all.
his jewels.
That's his jewel, dude.
You
And
know?
he's seen Hazard at his best, and he's like, you don't get this
You
guy to
play
be his
him.
best by benching him. That's why I think Conte won't be there at the end of the season.
Part of the family.
Not
jewels.
because he can't do it again in the EPL, yada, yada. It's because he hit a roadblock, man. He hit an alpha. He hit a guy who might as well be Putin at that club. He doesn't get to sign the guys he wants to sign. He doesn't get the money when he wants the money. It's basically
Just started with
Abramovich's
the
club.
technical
He
director.
won. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was just saying he lost. He wanted Lukaku, lost Lukaku, had to sell for Morata. He ended up with Danny Drinkwater.
And it's so funny that both managers, him and Jose, flipped it because Jose wanted Morata settle for Lukaku. Conte wanted Lukaku settle for Morata. That's so weird. Both managers struggling to get what they want.
Jose, in my opinion, really set Chelsea back.
Yeah, man.
think-
That's what I'm afraid of,
I
man. When
think
he leaves,
Jose
there's a vortex.
really
man. Real
set
Madrid
Chelsea
was
back.
set back for a little bit.
Because
Dude,
I
he set
was
them back, but
scared.
they won a league last year.
Who?
Like, how far back did he actually set this team? You know what I mean? They just won it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
you know
fair
You know,
why?
he left
a
and
fair
they won.
point.
So
Al.
I mean, to
Al.
a certain extent, I hear you. To a certain extent, I hear you. But the vortex,
And they'll never
more
be.
mental.
I'll never be able to prove my point, which sucks. I'll never be able to prove my point.
it's a theory.
But when I was looking at that Chelsea team, what I saw was 3 league titles in 5 years, and a Champions League. When I saw a young Kevin De Bruyne, a young Romelu Lukaku, who was no doubt Drogba 2.0. Everyone saw this coming. Andre Schürrle, Mohamed Salah.
Robin.
They weren't patient.
Robin.
That's the issue with Chelsea. I've been shitting-
But you know how they still do.
look,
They
again,
still
it's-
won.
I don't
They
know
want
if
their
won.
money and
Actually,
they
it's
want
up.
it now.
So, and
No,
that's why
actually-
your point will always, you'll be able to validate your point. But when I look at it, I was legitimately scared. I
Yeah.
looked at this Chelsea team, I was like, they're going to dominate for the next 7 years.
They're
I
Chelsea
think-
right
I
now.
think-
With Man City right now.
I
if
think
they
your
keep
point
these players.
is perfect. I think your focus is on the wrong person. I think it's Abramovich again, man.
think it's
Abramovich wanted to fund. Sure, it's both. But before he came to United, what was Jose's main shot?
Guys in their
Doesn't
prime.
play youth. No,
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly,
play youth.
exactly. Guys play guys
What's
in
he
their prime.
doing at United? Yes, he's bringing players in, but that's a youth team essentially.
Why?
And all he wanted.
Because what did
No,
Jose
no.
say when he got to United?
All he-
I'm going to change.
Yes.
I'm going to be different. And when
Dude.
he got to United, he had to change because
You
of
can-
your guys' culture of playing youth guys.
You can say that. But you look at all the guys he sent out on loan. And since Mourinho's been gone, that's been Chelsea's system. So I don't even blame Mourinho for sending out these kids on loan.
What about selling them?
Selling them, I don't think it's up
Dude,
to
there was-
Mourinho.
there was
dude.
no
I don't
room.
think it's
I
up
mean,
to
if-
Mourinho. What I think
What
is
about
they
playing
wanted-
them? Okay, fine. Not selling
No,
and buying.
no.
Because that may be a problem.
Tom,
What about playing
For that
them?
Chelsea team, you couldn't play them. For that specific Chelsea team at that time,
Yo, look
there
at
was no room.
Salah,
Couldn't
man.
rotate him?
Dude, Salah
At
popped.
that time,
Dude,
there was no room.
Depends
Tom.
on the manager.
No,
Mikel was
depends on the manager.
Mikel was rotated.
Because
in.
Arsene Wenger with that Chelsea team may have placed and played certain guys.
Tom,
Arsene Wenger
listen,
wouldn't have
Tom,
played Drogba
when-
90 minutes.
They sold Salah what 3 years ago, at least three
Yeah,
three
okay,
plus
3,
years
4
ago.
years
Yeah,
ago.
so how do
was
you
he
blame Jose?
was he anywhere near the level he is now at that time?
No.
And how did Chelsea fare in that time period? They won 2 leagues, you know. So they didn't have room for him. He's not going to stay forever. You gotta get rid of him. He went out and developed for 3 years, and now he's the player he should be. But do you have time to have him sit there in the wings? He wouldn't be the same player.
and
He wouldn't have gotten enough burn.
and
Because you get these guys that are better levels already ahead of him.
And
It's
that's
just,
what
it's just the way it is,
Chelsea,
and you
man.
can't
Yeah.
can't
Give
blame
him burn.
Lukaku and De
Chelsea's
Bruyne
not
are
that
kind of
system.
different.
Okay, let me say this then. Who were Chelsea's wingers then at that time?
Tom, but also
Willian.
Also, it's so easy. It's so easy to look
It's hard
at.
to name them, right? It's,
No.
You just named one.
It's
Who were
also
Chelsea's
easier-
wingers then? Because you can name the spine all
Joe
day.
Cole was playing out there.
No,
recent
guys.
history.
That
Last
was
5
not
years.
No. Look,
you can't really name them
I know Chelsea that well. Let me look.
Yeah, look
because
it up.
Look.
because
no, but I
they
also
weren't
think
special. Petacek, John Terry,
every
Drogba, Lampard, those guys were special. No one was touching those spots.
but you got like
You could rotate more so
Hazard was there
guys
3
on the
years ago.
outside.
Hazard's been there.
Hazard too. Who else could you rotate in terms of FA Cups, League Cup, Champions?
Tom,
not-
here's
not
the point.
Champions League.
Here's the point, man. It's easy
Chelsea
to
don't
pick
play
out.
the youth, man.
They don't. No, they don't. But it's
Well,
easy to pick
Willian
out.
was there 3 years ago.
It's easy to pick out guys who have gone on to succeed. But you look at that whole youth system. It works for Chelsea, man. Their system. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. It works for Chelsea. What happened to Marco van Ginkel? This guy was supposed to be
Vitesse.
touted. They sent him out, and he's not panning out. Guys like Ake, who yes, he's good, but he's as good as
And
Christensen right now.
That's my issue with Chelsea. If they figured out like Man U does and
But-
bleeds youth into the first team, they would have dominated. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that, oh my God, like Chelsea, like if they weren't forced into selling these guys.
Chelsea was a victim of their own success because they had that whole system,
short term.
and they won for
like 5
years. So they got rid of the talent and they kept on winning up until what? 2 years ago.
And even
last year they won.
They won 2 leagues.
No.
You act like they had a freaking monopoly on the game, bro.
They had a monopoly compared to what they had beforehand. Beforehand, they won an FA Cup, maybe.
So as your older stars are aging, let me make my point. As your older stars are aging,
it worked for them. So he's like, you know what? Let's stay with it. And then they got burned.
As Drogba is 29 years old. As Lampard is 28, turning 29. As John Terry is 30 years old. What do you look for? The next guys in line.
You know why you can't play that system?
They failed in bleeding the next generation along. Instead of being patient, he sold.
They're a buying club.
Even Jose Mourinho.
They're a buying club, man. That's what they do.
That's the fucked up part. That's what I'm saying. That's their identity. I agree.
But
that's who they are.
But
if they were able to be different, they could have dominated for years to come.
How do we know De Bruyne without getting those minutes?
It's never a fact. I think they played the safe. They played the safe option of buying proven quality, buying the proven players.
They have more titles
instead of waiting for development.
And they have more titles in the last 10 years than Liverpool and Man City, and Arsenal. You know what I mean? So like, I understand what you're saying, but to assume that De Bruyne would have been De Bruyne if he was coming off the bench, he could have easily been a fade-out player. John Obi Mikel, a guy who needed 90 minutes every game, didn't get it in the EPL.
That's why you bleed him in, and then eventually
Mikel
you
was bled in.
It's easier said than done.
2015, we have Willian, Cuadrado, Loftus-Cheek,
Underachieved.
and then when it came down, Oscar, Ramirez, we forgot about those guys because Ramirez played a lot for Chelsea. And you know what? When it comes down to it, he wasn't playing wide, but he was very crucial to Chelsea when he played. Oscar, he played very well, but then he started to dip. So those are middle players. Those are middle players. I do agree with you
kind of player
that
he was.
they could have kept Salah, just kept on putting him on loan because in these rules, you can put people on loan forever until
it's just a notorious Chelsea thing where we see guys who are up and coming, they're not able to successfully merge them into their first team. Daniel Sturridge,
you know why that doesn't merge?
Because of that.
Because every 3 years is a new manager. It's impossible to bleed in youth because one manager loves De Bruyne and the next manager doesn't. So if you want to be it depends what kind of owner you want to be. Do you want to be an owner that sort of sits back, lets the manager pick the direction of the club until that direction sucks, you fire him, and then let the next manager? Or do you want to be an owner who says every 3 years I want to win a title? I don't care who's playing. I don't care who's developing in our youth program. Every 3 or 4 years, Chelsea has to win a title. And that's what they've done, man. That's a copy.
You could be an owner who's both.
No. Oh, you could be an owner who chases both. No, you can't be an owner who's both. There's no assumption. Man United chases that system. Man United chases that system. They're the only club to achieve that. Arsenal has tried to do the same thing, bleed in youth.
We don't have that.
It's not working.
Spurs are currently doing it. Spurs are currently doing it.
We don't have that other side of
fair enough, but still, you're using the bleeding system.
Let's not forget, at the same time,
City tried the bleeding system, didn't work. Now they're in the purchase system. Now that the purchase system is set, 100%. They're going to stop bleeding. So, like, the bleeding thing is not a guarantee. Just because you're chasing bleeding in your
Barcelona.
Youth, but look how many clubs exist in the world. Real Madrid, Chelsea. Real Madrid, Chelsea are the same thing.
They're just
that's it. It just depends how you want to do it.
For Chelsea,
and that's sad because Real Madrid now is in the fits. You sold Morata.
But in 2 years they'll be back.
In
2 years they'll be back winning Champions League titles back to back. Like that's my point. It's not for you. Your system. It's not for me. I'm a youth player guy.
I'd rather dominate.
And for Chelsea, let's not forget that at the same time that Salah came in, Marco Van Ginkel came in as well. What has he done? What has he done?
Nothing. He was
exactly.
How many chances was he given?
But what I'm saying is he left and did nothing. Salah left and he's the player that we see. So when they see players, sometimes it's just like, yeah, exactly. It's a gamble. It's like, all right, we're gonna push him out. Maybe we can buy them again because they were really linked with. They were severely linked with Lukaku when coming back.
Salah out of the pecking order was on the lower end.
Came into effect.
Dude, they couldn't buy all these players back. That's the thing. If they really wanted, De Bruyne they could have bought back before City got him, but they didn't have the scouting system.
Okay, but the player still needs to want to go to the club. Yeah. You can have the funds.
Lukaku wanted, but no bullshit.
Pogba wanted to come back to Man United.
Lukaku wanted to go to Chelsea, no bullshit, until his mom in the time.
Mama.
It was time for him to sign for Chelsea. He calls his mom right before. His mom says, "Don't do it. Don't sign for Chelsea." That's how close he wanted to sign for Chelsea.
Okay, so that's two players. So then Salah could have felt some type of way. We don't know how Salah felt about it.
And De Bruyne could have felt some type of way. So that's what I'm saying is that the system of selling these guys, it doesn't hurt them if they're willing to pay triple what they sold them for because they have unlimited money.
Want to go back money.
I'm saying so
doesn't
far,
always answer the questions, bro.
one of the three wanted to go back.
And
two
you know
two.
what? As
we don't know Salah, we don't know KDB.
Yeah, so it can't be 2 for 2. Those guys aren't factored in.
Okay, we don't know that.
And as more money gets into this game, FIFA really has to step in because I'm worried that not just loan players are going to take over the game, but buybacks are going to take over the game.
Enough with this buyback.
Buyback.
I don't like the buyback situation.
Both teams have to agree.
If they agree,
what I'm saying is, but it helps out the smaller teams if they get rid of if they regulate loans and they can get rid of buybacks. It helps the smaller teams.
No.
It does.
Smaller or the bigger teams?
Smaller teams. It helps smaller teams.
How so?
Listen,
Let's break it out. How so?
What do you mean how so?
How does it help the smaller teams?
So if a bigger team buys all these players, they don't like half of them.
Mm-hmm.
They sell them for a lesser price. Those smaller teams can buy them. So those players go to that second tier. The second tier players go to the third player.
Like Jordan
tier.
Ive.
So fourth
wrong with
tier goes to
helping
fourth
the
tier.
smaller
team?
What I'm saying is if the owners just like property, if someone is able to own all the property and rent it out to people and then pick and choose, it helps the owner of the bigger.
So then
but it also helps bigger teams.
It does not help the poverty people when you're buying and buying.
So then your point is it helps the bigger teams.
It drives the price down for everything.
You know how it helps the smaller teams is that you can get a Jordan Ibe on loan and figure out if you want to buy him. You can get a Nathan Ake on loan without spending that money on a gamble. But look, obviously the bigger teams are benefited more, but I don't think it's big. I don't think it's as big as a I don't think it's as big a seesaw as you say because
it is.
Because for Jack Wilshere, Bournemouth could have got relegated last year if they didn't have a Jack Wilshere.
If Chelsea loaned out De Bruyne. If Chelsea loaned out Lukaku longer.
Let Al fire off his point, bro.
Hussey, I hear what you're saying, and I completely understand.
It's just financial.
Hey, I agree with you, but the problem is bigger than that. The problem starts at a smaller level where these smaller clubs like Huddersfield, like Bournemouth, like Norwich, like Leeds United, teams in the Championship. This player England. It's the only this problem only exists in England, because England has the U17 has won the Euro, U21 just won the World Cup. There is talent in this country, but all these players are getting bought up by Chelsea, bought up by Man City, and languishing in these reserves. There's a great documentary on BT Sport Films called No Hunger in Paradise, and it goes into this. It goes into this
system.
Jimmy sent it to me. Wayno.
Yeah.
I don't know if he shared it with you guys. He sent it to me because his brother was in the Hull City program.
He's in that movie.
He's in the movie. He's in a picture. He's got 5 seconds in there. But there's a problem where all these youth players are getting these agents are coming in and they're tempting them to the big clubs. And then from there, they get the loan, the buyback clause. They get loaned out with the buyback, or that happens from there. Before that, if you can precede that, these players shouldn't go there in the first place. So they shouldn't be able to loan them out, buy them back, let their stock rise, then sell them for a profit.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem is bigger than that. You know, it's not the club's fault. It's the structure.
I think the problem, man, plain and simple, the problem is EPL had a choice, right? The FA had a choice.
Money.
Do we want to be a development league where we develop our players for the national team, or do we want to be a money league?
Money.
That's why I didn't say Premier League. Did I say Premier League? No, I said FIFA. That means they have to take control of every single league in the world.
No, it's
working. No. What I'm saying is they can regulate it to 5 loan players per team.
There's FIFA,
that would still
That's UEFA and then FIFA.
Sorry, UEFA. Sorry,
no,
I apologize.
Either way, UEFA falls under FIFA, so this would have to be a change, probably all the way from FIFA. UEFA, I don't think has any say in the domestic leagues. They have a say in the European competition. But look, Haas, I don't think it's as big a problem because also these players are getting trained at these top clubs and then get to go out to loan to Vitesse and prove themselves. And either am I better than Vitesse or not?
It puts more pressure on the scouts. It puts more pressure on how the big teams spend money if you take away loans.
But that's how the
they
world
can't just,
works, right?
I don't know if you've heard this
more
before,
pressure.
but professional sports is vicious.
Yeah, Google has more
There's
pressure
no
than some
soft
baby.
shit when it comes to professional sports. It's a make or break thing.
And when it comes down to pro sports, this is one of the only pro sports that you can actually just spend.
No, baseball you can as well, dude. And baseball is awesome.
That's 6. Decided to go double.
Boy's the damn devil.
All right.
Bro.
Speaking of teams that develop.
Three speaks. Speaking of,
Because
you got three of them.
you won't shut up. I guess
I listen to all three.
You're still talking. Speaking of teams that follow the blueprint that we're talking about, 4 of them. Yep. Speaking of, that's 5. You want to go 6? Speaking of teams that develop from within, Spurs 4, Everton 0. Harry Kane, the boy from London.
Teddy.
The Spurs boy.
What up, Teddy?
Just eclipsed the former Spurs and United legend Teddy Sheringham for most goals in the Premier League era for Spurs. It's remarkable.
100 less games as well.
This guy's gonna smash the record. He's
If
gonna break Wayne Rooney's record. He's gonna break Alan Shearer's record.
If he stays,
Henry could have had this record, but Henry left. Henry easily could have smashed these records. He left.
He's the best number 9. You can't argue it right now. Is
number
he the
10.
Prettiest?
He's a number 10. Number 9.
Is he the prettiest
He's
number 9?
not just a number 9.
Is he the highlight tape number 9? Probably not. He's no Suarez.
Dude, Phil Neville
He's no Lewandowski.
Phil Neville made a great comparison. I mean, he made it to Messi and Harry Kane, which is completely outlandish. He made it in the sense that these guys can be dormant for 15 minutes, get the ball, and they're on for 30 seconds, and a goal happens. They know when to kick on. They keep everything reserved, all their energy. Cristiano does it, especially these days with his old age.
Lazy.
But they wait. Yeah, Cristiano's now getting lazy.
Economical.
Last couple of years he was
Even at
economical.
United.
Now he's getting more lazy these
Even
days.
at United. Come on, dude.
Economical.
Hey, but it's that world class status where you wait, you bide your time, and it's a waste of time to chase that ball. It's a waste of time. But in this chance, I know the odds. I'm gonna get a goal, 70% maybe.
Okay, and
he's getting to that level.
This is what I was saying about Harry Kane, and a lot of people call me blasphemous. I was just saying that out of all the number 9s in the world right now, I think he gets that goal. Like, look, it's very tricky because, like, there's Lewandowski. There's guys who've been doing it longer who
Suarez. Come on, let's be
technically
real.
Suarez taking a nap this year.
better. Okay?
That's it.
Suarez,
That's why Harry Kane's the
Lewandowski.
best.
Some would argue Cavani, but I'd say Harry Kane's on a high.
I would take Harry Kane
Higher
over
clinicality.
I would too, but I'd take Harry Kane over for a game right now. Like if Harry Kane were to transplant to Barcelona, he gets more goals than Suarez. If he were to transplant to Bayern Munich, he gets more goals than Lewandowski this year. And that's why I say he's the best number 9 in the world right now.
I don't know because I still like Suarez because he's so silky at everything he does.
Ridiculous.
Suarez is the best number 9, but it's like one of those years where the champion like just takes a nap and everyone else is fighting for it. Like when Leicester won the title. Nah, not to disrespect Harry Kane. Obviously, in 2017 calendar year, he got the most goals of all players. So he is a baller. But, man,
even
Suarez,
his finishes, like he was offside, right? The goal that tied Terry Sheringham's record, he was offside. And then the second one was a little bit clumsy. He didn't get, like, proper connection to it.
But he buried it.
It got into the back of the net.
Hell yeah.
So he's scoring
Look, he's
goals
the hottest.
right
There's
now.
no debate. He's the hottest forward in a 2-leg tie, home and away, Champions League style.
You know what? I
still think I lean towards Suarez a bit because I've seen him do it for like 8 seasons. He did it at Liverpool.
Did it Ajax?
And that's special.
Ajax, Liverpool, Barca.
It's only those two. That's it.
Ajax.
Or
What about Lewandowski?
Kane. No, Lewandowski. Look, over Kane right now, I take Kane by an inch. I'm not sitting here saying Kane owns it.
I would too, but all I'm saying is throw Lewandowski in your Suarez, Kane.
Let's have a top
conversation.
3.
Just throw him in there.
For
dog.
sure. But
That's
he's
what I'm
third in
saying.
The thing is, we still haven't seen Harry Kane at the top Champions League moment. We've seen Suarez do it. We've seen Lewandowski do it. And that's not a product of Kane. That's a product of his team. But at the same time, I just want to say that I want Harry Kane to stay at Tottenham forever. Because even right now, Eden Hazard has come out saying that the Philip Coutinho move to Barca hurts the Premier League. And we're a Premier League show. We love the Premier League. And when it comes down to it, we need these players to stay. We can't have them go over to Barcelona and Real Madrid or PSG or anything like that. Or
That's why I want to bomb a bang at Liverpool. That'll hurt United.
But he's linked with Arsenal for 70. Is it 65? Well, he's linked.
78. But
he's linked with Arsenal right now.
Who?
Aubameyang.
Yeah.
It came out right after the. It came out right after. Right after the Liverpool game.
Don't do
came out right
It
after.
doesn't make any sense. Though, like I said, Aubameyang.
It came out right after the Dortmund game, actually.
You probably put Aubameyang at like right wing.
Look,
and try convert Lacazette to a left.
You
wing.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. He's going to
and then
Liverpool
he'd be like,
anyways.
"Fuck, we don't have a number 9. What are we gonna do
you
now?"
mofos talking smack about Harry Kane and Champions League. 5 games. You mofos saying
I'm not saying shit about Harry Kane.
League. He's doing
No,
it right now.
I'm talking about like semifinals, finals.
Yeah,
Look,
no,
that's why I
He's
said
never been there.
That's why I said it wasn't.
Baby.
That's why I said it wasn't a product of him. That's why I said it was a product of his team.
Never been there.
The pressure
Exactly.
of
That
pressure
is the
of
point.
finals. Talk to Griezmann about that.
Look,
The project of finals and
Listen,
project.
There are certain players you look at and you're like, final or not, this guy's baller.
That's
You
what
look
Griezmann was. That's what Griezmann was, and then he hit post twice.
He wasn't. Suarez was.
No.
Because he did it at... No, I'm comparing.
Okay.
Griezmann played at Atletico Madrid. Tom, what I'm saying is, yes, he's unproven. I can state
He's
that.
okay,
but
that's
there
what
are
we're saying.
Yes, of course. But there are certain players where I would gamble. Harry Kane in the Champions League semifinal is scoring a fucking goal. Same way I would with Suarez,
You
but
can't
I
say
wouldn't
that.
with
You know
Griezmann.
why? The same way I can't make my Chelsea point of De Bruyne, Salah,
No,
and
Tom,
whoever
Tom, I'm
would,
saying
and
I
Lukaku
feel that way.
would have made it to that point of the same way I can't provide conjecture. You can't provide Harry Kane conjecture into if he was in a Champions League final.
No,
you know why?
You
because
can.
the Spurs.
You can absolutely provide conjecture. It just can't be a fact. I can
It's not
absolutely
a fact. Okay, you can
that's
do that.
punditry.
You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want. But the Harry Kane thing is all conjecture because
Of course,
the
bro.
pressure of Spurs
Stop saying conjecture.
is different. You know you love
I
that
can't
word.
say it one more time for three.
The pressure of Spurs is completely different than the pressure of Real Madrid, Man United.
There is no pressure.
Tom.
Isn't there?
No.
What are their expectations for Spurs? Finish top 4?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
there's
why
no pressure
now,
on them.
And that's why
100%.
Harry Kane can run free. But
Tom.
if he transfers to Real Madrid,
There's a lot of pressure. There's more pressure.
100% agree.
Absolutely.
you've got to
But
score
there are
that
certain
Gareth
players-
Bale goal in the
I think
Champions
he
There are
could
certain
do it if
players
you
we
give
all
if you give him
feel-
the supporting cast.
Exactly.
He's got it at Spurs.
That's all I'm saying.
but
There's
yeah.
certain
I'm
players
with
we
you
all
in that
feel
regard, but
that,
we
dude.
don't know that. We
No.
feel
Dude,
it.
you
Of
put
course
Harry
we don't
Kane
know.
on
We feel
PSG.
it.
He scores 30 goals in France.
Dude, I'm getting the same.
Easy
He's
30
the first.
goals, you know,
he's the
at
first
least.
player to go 4 seasons over 20, dude. This guy is he's Suarez real,
He's
and he's
real.
doing it on a bad team. So I'm just saying,
He's just white.
conjecture-
You know, it's weird.
Oh, that's it. 'Cause he doesn't have the
He's
cute-
not Latin.
the cute-
No,
he's
it's not just white. He's English.
and
That
English.
too.
You know,
White
He's
and English,
English.
because we've seen Michael Owen at it, but this guy's done it 4 years.
Dude,
in a-
Michael
what
Owen,
I'm saying
Michael
is,
Owen never scored more than 20,
as
18
a
goals in a
gambling
league
man,
season.
if I'm going into Champions League semifinal right now today, it's either between Suarez or Harry Kane. Not even knowing that Harry Kane has improved himself on that stage, he just shows all the pieces. He's given me the
Don't
only
forget
data I
Cavani,
have.
dog. Don't forget Cavani.
Dude, Harry Kane is
Dude, you
Harry
just
Kane.
cringed.
Harry
Especially
Kane
against
Cavani?
Real Madrid. That was the game
just
against Real
cringe.
Madrid.
I'll give
did it
Cavani
high.
this. Cavani's definitely top 25.
Shots fired. Poor Cavani. Yo, either way,
Good
Genk
joke.
Tucson.
You wanna go take another?
Genk Tucson makes
Elaborate.
himself a little debut for Everton. I don't blame him here. You're playing against Spurs defense. Didn't do too much, but showed energy, man. He wasn't hiding, asking for the ball. A couple wayward passes here and there. That's to be expected, but
Dude,
Rooney's promising.
Dude, Everton winless in 6. Wayne Rooney, I heard.
Thought he had
My
a goal.
fantasy team almost had the goal, man.
Thought he had a goal.
Just offside on that header.
Inches.
I'm just
that
waiting
would've
for.
been
I'm just
huge.
waiting for someone to listen to me. Sandro Ramirez. Put him in the goddamn game. I said that with Charlie Austin. How many times he scores? I said that. I forget with
Yeah,
who else.
after you got like his first
Dude,
3 goals in
Put
2 games.
Sandro Ramirez in. He will do something. He's young. He may not score the first goal, but believe in this kid.
I like
and
that.
then you go and get another striker. Your striker's not your problem. You had him.
Dude.
I thought Cenk was your boy though. Tucson.
No. Not that.
Beşik- from Besiktas?
No.
You weren't riding
No.
him?
No.
look,
I like the dude, but like,
not like
You were
Sam,
like,
boy.
if he comes to the EPL, he will make such an impact.
Oh no.
that
Well,
he might propel a team to Europa or Champions League.
okay.
You said some shit like
Yeah,
that.
okay. No, that could be true, but he's also going against another player that I was pressing. So I can't have
It's an
all the
inner
same
battle.
team.
Can't fight yourself.
I can't have 2 dudes going
Can't
against
fight
each
yourself.
other. I'm not Don King over here.
Hey man, whatever makes you the most
No,
money.
but no, I was hyped on the dude though. But like whatever.
You were hyped on it, dude.
I just can't be hyped on
Whatever.
both because then it's like I got to pick and choose.
Before we leave the Spurs game, Son is the realist, Tom. This season, he's
He's
killing
the
it.
man.
He's absolutely killing
Last
it.
home games, he scored 5 goals in 5
5
last
games.
home games. This guy's unreal.
Dude, that's a
Multi
club.
player.
That's a club record for Spurs. This guy's proven to be a cult hero. He shares that record with Jermaine Defoe, another cult hero at Spurs.
See that
And
touch, that turn,
the
touch
turn,
away?
the
Lord.
the la roulette with the push it off the
Oh
defender.
Lord.
Roll.
Hey, dribble, step over, shot pass to Harry Kane. No, Son's got it all. I mean, he's got the work rate of Park Ji-sung. He's got the footwork, of
Got
Dele
it.
Alli or someone.
Right now, Aurier is playing like right wing for them. If they
Yeah.
get a legitimate right wing, Lucas Moura, if Eric Lamela actually comes
Willie
alive again.
Zaha.
Here's the
Bring
problem.
this guy to Spurs.
here's the
He
problem,
needs to
man.
be the wild card.
Spurs is not a
start.
wing team. They're like Chelsea. Well,
But it hurts them.
Chelsea's
They
a
have
bit
no
more
width.
winger.
When they're too narrow.
But
They
They've been-
demanded
That's what
demanded
Chelsea
from their
messed up.
fullbacks.
Man
from their
City,
wing
they
backs.
got shut down the middle. Man City, they had no width in that game. You know, they need one outlet, at least one side. You play left hand heavy with Willie Zaha or something, or right hand heavy with him. Lock it down on the left.
I still don't
With
like
Son.
the Zaha move
With
to
Son.
Spurs.
Last 9 matches,
Hater.
6 goals, 5 assists.
It's insane.
He has 11 basically goals. He's
been
involved
involved,
with
yeah.
11 goals in 9 matches.
Why don't you put me on in fantasy, bro? Why
What?
don't you put me on? Why don't you tell me about him?
Oh, you talking about how the fact that I have Son too?
Yeah, why don't you tell me about him?
Oh,
bro?
you talking about how I've been telling people to get Son for multiple weeks? Okay.
Yeah,
No, you can. Hey, you can come on
I
Fantasy
did.
Talk
I
whenever you
listened up
want.
to the defenders.
Hey,
And then you're like,
stopped
that's
at
it. I got it. Defender
Why
homework.
don't you guys go forwards, midfielders first?
Tom,
Go
you can-
defenders
Tom,
first,
you can come
man.
on Fantasy Talk
I
whenever
couldn't
you feel
stand your
like.
voice for
Because
that long.
defense
I had to
wins
say-
championships. All
When
right.
Shout out to Fareed.
when do you want to come on Fantasy Talk? Let's do that this week. Let's go.
I'll come
Come
on.
on, come on Fantasy Talk. I mean,
Ew.
where are you, by the way? Wait,
now.
hold up. I'm
All right,
no.
Huss, while you
I'm still,
scroll.
I'm still finding them.
Hey,
I'm
Adidas
scrolling down.
jacket from
I'm scrolling down. I'm like at
1970s.
60. Where are you, Tom? I'm trying to find you. I
Huss,
see
hijack.
Neil at 66. I still don't see you.
It's because you're not looking hard.
All right.
Where am I?
So
Are you
while
in the 90s?
Huss struggles, puts his reading glasses on, Real Madrid loses again, dude. Back-to-back losses. One before the holiday break.
Did you
One.
say black to black?
What?
Back to black.
They lose
black to
1-0 to Villarreal at home, dude. This season is crashing.
Zizou.
I was in 45th.
Oh
Oh
Way to
no!
change the subject, bro. Zizou,
Yeah.
I love you, but it's over.
Dude,
I'm
it's
sorry.
not over. This is bullshit, man. There was no
can it be
investment
over?
by this club in the summertime.
Because
They should give Zizou one more year. They won't.
They have to.
But he needs one more summer to reinvest the squad, dude.
You said it yourself.
They
This
lost.
is not
they
up
lost
to me.
James. They lost Morata.
Here's a question.
Whose decisions
Nah.
were those?
They weren't his. He didn't say sell them.
No. But
I
he
can't
was
say for
fine.
sure, man.
No,
I
I
can't
can.
say that for sure.
Zizou was fine with selling Morata. Zizou was fine with sending James on loan. You know what I mean? What I can say, and, this
And
is not,
Pep,
that's
they
not up
brought
to me.
they brought nobody
I love
in.
Zizou. Zizou is my top 3 favorite players of all time, no doubt. He's creeping up into my manager list of all time. I'm looking at Fiorentino Perez. We know this man is nuts. If you don't win a single trophy, and
Look,
not only that,
he's
it's
still-
how they're performing within La Liga. These guys are crashing out. It's ugly right now for Real Madrid. You're losing. What was it? The stat like back-to-back losses. The
First time since 2009.
First time since
Look,
2009.
This
I'm looking at Perez and I'm saying, I don't see this
look, I think
ending well for him.
I think Zidane's on the chopping block, but I don't think he gets fired this season. For the simple fact, there's no manager of clout to replace him unless somehow they can get Antonio Conte. That's it.
Even
That's
then,
that's
though,
the-
is that the guy you want to bring in?
Yeah, dude. Champions League final, 3 years in a Look, he's no Zizou, but if you're going to part ways with Zizou, I think the fans will say, okay, Conte, we get it. Absolutely.
I don't think
Absolutely.
so.
The reputation. Is he the right man? I'm not even talking about. What I'm saying is you can't fire Zizou and bring in some no-name cat and expect those players to get on board.
No, I don't
You
think it'll
have
be a
to
no-name.
fire him for a big name. What big names could take over from
I'm racking
Zizou?
my brain. I'm
Ancelotti.
racking my brains right now.
Ancelotti's
trying to
been
think.
there. He's not
already
going
been there,
back. He's going to Arsenal
At
or
the
Bayern
same
Munich,
time,
if
though,
anyone.
I actually say
Not
that
Bayern.
he
Not
is
Bayern.
Arsenal.
Sorry. Not Bayern.
He's the scapegoat.
Scapegoat?
Sorry.
What?
That's a tricky
Oh, the
joke.
goat got out. What are you talking about?
It
escaped.
Oh, the goat got out.
Oh, Scapegoat.
Well, sorry. That was hilarious. Yeah, my bad. That was not
He's
good.
a scapegoat.
I blame him.
Cheddar Bob with the vocabulary.
Yeah.
We had like 2
Well,
years, man. What are you talking
I
about?
blame it on a aging Cristiano Ronaldo
That
for the
too,
fact.
man.
No, I'm not even blaming it strictly on him
No,
for the fact
right.
that we want an aging Cristiano Ronaldo to keep up with a aspiring Messi and an aspiring Neymar. You can't have that because this guy physically cannot do what he did in his prime.
If
Because
he's
that's
the
why we
best
call it the prime. That's why we call it the prime. Because his prime is over now. He's on the downslide. And
Agreed.
guess what? When it comes down to it, he kept
Is he
Real
still not a
Madrid
top 3 player
not
in
just
the world
afloat. He
in
kept
decline?
Cristiano Ronaldo kept Real Madrid at the top of everything for years.
Is he still not a
Because-
top 3 player, regardless of decline or not?
Top 3?
Where
I
he
mean,
currently
would you
stands.
take Messi and Neymar over him?
in terms
That's
of
what he's asking.
longevity,
Right now?
Yeah.
Right
No,
now,
no, 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 no.
Because
Everything.
Not longevity.
Everything.
Look, longevity.
not even-
Obviously,
no,
you're not
no.
going to take him because you'll take Neymar as
Okay.
the winner.
Okay, yeah,
Longevity.
You're right.
Don't go
Okay.
longevity.
No,
just
just
go
this
right
season,
now
just
for
this
the
season.
season.
Yeah, who are the
just
best
the
players in
season.
the
I
world
would
right
take
now.
them, yes, because they look healthier. Because Cristiano, something is wrong with. Maybe he's packing it in for Champions League. We don't know.
That could be it.
But at the same time, he's obviously not the same player we've seen in La Liga.
Dude, Cristiano had 11 shots this game alone. Real Madrid had 28 shots this game, 7 on target. That percentage right there lets me know it's not good enough. Yes, I get Asensio balled for Villarreal, the goalkeeper. He had a good game, managed to keep a clean sheet. But 11 shots, 28 shots, 7 on target, not good enough. Your next top shot taker, Toni Kroos, with 5 shots. Okay,
And
pings
you
from
don't want Toni
distance.
Kroos taking
No,
5 shots
no,
in a game.
It should be a Gareth Bale. It should be a Benzema if
Maybe
he's starting.
Modric because he's a little more
Exactly.
accurate with the ping.
Playing the 4-4-2, I love that Zizou originally switched to that. Madrid, if you look at the numbers, you might be like, okay, they may have dominated this game. Villarreal, more clinical, and there's a funk. There's just a general funk going on at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And
But
It's
you
just
know
a
what?
decline, man. It's a
And
season
Zizou's
decline.
gonna be the
Actually,
scapegoat.
You know what? When it comes out, the
scapegoat.
Yeah, the scapegoat.
The
Yeah.
scapegoat.
So my bad. Yeah. So
It's
whatever.
Spanish.
So when it comes down to it,
Escape.
I actually see Madrid almost doing. I'm not saying on the same scale. I'm just saying one notch down. They're doing the same thing Arsenal's doing right now. They're going one notch down than what we're used to. Because Arsenal, we're used to top 4, top 5. They're going one notch down.
Look,
we're looking at Real Madrid. They should be top of everything, but they're going one notch down. If they keep this trend going, then they're going to be in legitimate
That's
trouble.
not
No, guys.
Hey,
Real
that's
Madrid.
what I'm
Guys.
saying. That's
Which
what I'm
is
saying.
why-
They have
which
to-
is why
they have to
Zidane-
nip it in the butt now.
This
And
team
I'm
is
not-
burned
don't-
out.
Don't get
Okay.
rid of him. Don't get rid of him. But they have to bring in a top tier guy, which is why I truly believe Neymar is going to Real Madrid
that's
this
not
summer.
crazy. That is not crazy.
Guys, plain and simple, Barcelona
changes
and Real
everything.
Madrid take turns. It's very rare that they're both good at the same time, and when that happens, it's awesome to watch La Liga. Barcelona's taken a nap the last 4 years or so. Finally, they woke up, and even though they're awake, it's because Real Madrid is sleeping. This Barcelona squad is nothing special.
I don't know.
Look, this
bro.
Barcelona squad is good, Tom.
I don't
It's good.
know.
Nothing special about this squad.
I don't know, bro.
Not a goddamn thing special about the squad.
I
They are
don't know,
good.
bro.
You put them head to head against PSG, it's a toss up. You put them
I
head to
don't
head
know,
against
bro.
Bayern Munich, it's a toss. I'm telling you right now that back line is the issue. Attacking wise,
It was.
sure. Dude,
They went out this summer.
This new-
Barcelona's buying people.
Tom, I saw the new kid come in, unproven,
Him? No.
playing on the big stage.
Okay, that's
This
the
is a-
center back, right? Was it
I forget his name.
Starts
Caught me
with
off
an M.
guard.
Right?
Yeah, it's I'll get it. I'll get it. It's like Nelson Yeri or something like that. Okay, but Nelson Semedo, the right back from Benfica.
Mhm.
Right back was an issue last year. They were forcing Sergio Roberto there, who
Yep.
can play there, but that's not his main
favorite.
position.
Yep.
They got that Umtiti, who's been all world this year. Better center back than Gerard Piqué.
Yep.
Gerard Piqué has stepped his game up as well. Obviously, Mascherano's a little older,
He's on his
coming
way
in
out.
off the bench.
He's on his
you
way
know what I
out.
mean? Don't doubt the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen,
And
numbers wise,
and Silicon.
numbers
and
wise,
Silicen as
Ter
well.
Stegen is up there with David De Gea. So
And
the back line and Jordi Alba, by the way, it's a revival. Every time we talk about top left backs, we always on this show mention David Alaba,
Yeah.
Alexandro, we'll even shout out Sead Kolasinac.
And Rose as
Jordi
well.
Alba has arguably been the best left back for the last 7-8 years.
Yeri Mina.
Yerry Mina, thank you, Buzz. So that was the center back that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
So this Barcelona team, bro, although they may not be the MSN, they may not be the Ronaldinho Eto'o, there is something special
You know-
about this Barcelona.
You know
bro.
what?
Solidarity.
You know what? For me, is not special.
What?
That hole in the midfield. Iniesta's not playing as much anymore.
That's what brother
You got Rakitic, does solid.
Rakitic, he's nasty.
Paulinho,
He's good.
good. Coutinho, you're hoping he can come in, but they said they're
Who are
going to
you
play him
ignoring
out
right now?
wide.
Who did you not mention?
Who?
Sergio Busquets,
Yup.
who has been one of the best number sixes in the world.
In
Well,
history.
like
In, his,
4 years.
in
He
history.
kicked Yaya Toure out at the peak of his powers.
Fair enough. But right now, the best number 6, I don't think is Busquets.
I don't think it is.
So, like
It's
that.
Casemiro and N'Golo
What I'm
Kanté.
saying
dude,
is,
but dude,
what I'm saying is
he's right there.
Barcelona.
He's right
Barcelona
there.
will always be good. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't mind facing this Barcelona team versus a 11, 12 Barcelona team
Okay,
with
that-
Xavi and Iniesta. That's my point.
This
This,
is
this,
strong,
this
yeah.
Barcelona team currently constructed
It's
is
beatable.
not one of the best of all time.
Or it's not even one of the best of recent time.
That
They're,
doesn't
they're
go
good.
to
Hey,
say
they're
that
good.
they're
In,
not
they're good in
special.
La Liga.
No, I don't think
they're
they
good
are,
in La
not
Liga
this
this year, clearly. But we'll see in the Champions League, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi. We'll see how good they are in Europe.
Dude.
We know they can do it in the Prem. But staying on Barca, man. Before we get to their record, what's their record?
Goals for this
It-
year, Barcelona.
Oh, Jesus.
52 goals for, 9 goals against.
Single digits.
9?
Yeah.
9 goals against in La Liga.
19 games.
So
19
we talk
games.
about their defense. I'm telling you, they may not be the
Dude.
level of those Pep squads,
Dude.
but this team, Doug,
Dude, this
with
is
Ousmane Dembele coming back from injury,
this
this
is
team
typical
it's
Barcelona.
weird. It's a
typical,
weirdo team.
Typical Barcelona. I'm not afraid of this Barcelona team.
You should be.
Also, with
You
this
should
Barca
be.
team, man, they just sold or they loaned out Arda Turan to Turkey he went home to Turkey to I'm gonna butcher this name. No, it's
Besiktas or someone like Fenerbahce.
Basakashir.
Oh,
He went back there. It's a 2-year loan with the option to sell, but he's done at Barcelona, man. 55 appearances in 2.5 years.
That was such
You know,
a
he
terrible
went there
transfer.
under a transfer ban. He couldn't play until like January, so he couldn't play. But he was there, stolen from Atletico when they really needed him.
They pulled a Mario Götze with him. Huh?
But they didn't even play him. He barely played, and now they're selling him on after 2 years to Turkey.
Speaking
You know,
of
this
Atletico,
this guy is not world class, but he's a
He
class
was.
player. He
He
was
was.
world class.
He
Speaking
It
of
was a flop at
Atletico,
Barca, though.
Atletico is in second place with 28 goals.
4
They've only let up 8 goals.
defense, baby.
They've let
Diego.
it
Defense
8
wins
goals.
championships.
19 games,
I
8
love
goals.
this guy.
Because as much as we want to say 9 goals, 8 goals is even crazier.
I want him to come to Arsenal so bad for
They
that
let up
reason.
1 goal every game in 2.5 games.
Lock
Or
it
something. That's crazy.
Lock it up.
28 goals and you're second in La Liga?
Everyone else is like 19,
From
17.
El Nino, you need to get your shit together. You need to start scoring, man.
Don't why you just prove him well.
No.
This man like 33 years old, bro. Leave Fernando Torres
I
alone.
will not leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
They're still down by 9 points. in the
Griezmann
league.
got to step his game up. Stop fronting with this Barcelona transfer talk.
All right,
Yeah.
before we go, anything else we got to wrap up? If you guys haven't seen it, James Rodriguez free kick against Bayern Munich. Full Bayern Munich against Bayer Leverkusen. Pretty sick. Check that out if you guys can. Anything else, fellas?
I got a grip, man. Hand to God.
Ah, that's a good shot.
Decore,
dude.
man.
Absolute good shot.
Decore. Watford versus Southampton. Watford in this game, they go down 2-0. James Ward-Prowse back amongst the goals. Kind of a small revival for him. This guy, deadly right foot. Southampton kind of back on their stride. Their
Impressive,
second goal was fluid counterattack, man. They looked good, but Amari Gray gets a goal back for Watford. And then in the 90th minute, Decore comes in with the header, but he uses his right hand. He palms it into the net.
Brilliant.
Tiki called it hand to God.
It
Brilliant.
was.
And it really was a hand to God. Unseen by the refs. My question to you fellas is, they punished diving. Mara's almost had a dive in the Chelsea game also. But they punished diving retrospectively with bans and suspensions and fines. What about this handball goal? Because it stands. You can't reverse the decision. You can't reverse the scoreline. But is there any kind of
Don't punish it.
punishment?
Man. I
Look,
think
this
my
is-
opinion is don't punish it. Look, if the refs missed it, you guys messed up. I think you should step your game up for next game. Don't punish this.
Look,
man.
I don't think you can punish it because it doesn't happen often enough. Diving became punishable because it was happening 2-3 times a game. This happens once. When was the last time we saw a handball goal in the EPL?
Is this a VAR?
This is a VAR shot.
Could
That's it.
VAR be
Boom.
brought in on a goal like
It
this,
should
though?
be.
Should goals be reviewed every time?
It will be, Al, because these games, it's $100 million league. If you stay in the
But
EPL,
who
you
makes
get
VAR?
100.
That was a
Who
great
says
question.
let's go to the VAR? Is it the head ref?
No, that's how it works. The head
It's the
ref
sidelines.
literally will say, no,
Two.
it's the head ref.
Well, they give. I get there's
the
there's
sideline
little
can say
input.
that one might need a review, but
Check
the
that out.
ref is the one who's in. The ref could say, no, we don't need a review. I
We saw
got
in the
this.
FA Cup game.
Yeah.
Martin Atkinson. There were a couple
There was a kick under
choices
the foot.
we have with the PK shot for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's
where
up to the
they'll
ref.
review it.
Literally, just make a symbol, dude. Like TV ref. I need it. Run to the side. Watch the
I'm with
replay.
Al.
Or
Handball.
Every goal should be reviewed.
Is that what's going to be?
Every goal should
on
be
the
reviewed.
spot?
We
de
see it with
facto?
NFL, American football.
Takes 2 seconds.
Where every touchdown is reviewed. It
As
takes
long as it
2
happens in
seconds.
time. If it's happening in time.
while they celebrating
goal.
the check-in,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the ref's like, nope, goal kick
Exactly.
or whatever.
Every
free
goal
kick
should just be
coming out.
reviewed, and then that's that. It
Yeah.
takes 10 to 20
And
seconds.
every PK shot.
The harder ones, maybe 40 seconds.
PK shout.
I got another nugget here.
There you
Ryan
go.
Giggs to be named new Wales boss on Monday.
Guy needs to work. He needs work. He needs to be the head honcho in some aspect. Either it's championship, national side. Him and Gareth. Come on.
This is a
Dude,
big
but
deal.
what's his ambition though? Like, because with the national team, you're not training 5 days a week. You're not making up schedules.
It's a taste.
You're not,
Man
The
United.
taste of what it takes to be a
but
manager.
why, though?
not
This-
international, because to run a club, man, you got to show up 7 days a week to do something. Even on off days, you're planning for next week's sessions. We're playing at the national team level. I don't mind when a guy like Roberto Martinez takes time off, or if David Moyes had gotten the Scotland job. I don't mind, because he's done the 5-7 days a week, like work.
What kind of work?
Like machine gun. Like literally machine gun work, man. For him to go to Wales, where he's going to work with the players once every 2 months, is he really getting that work in?
No, but I'll
Not
tell
as
you what
much.
this
Not
move
as
is
much.
about.
It's terrible.
This is a step up in, like, I guess, fame in the level. Because the way Wales is playing, they finished as semi-finalists.
They almost went to the
was
World
a
Cup.
third or fourth place in the European League a couple years ago, and now almost going to the World Cup. Like, I think this is a step up.
So
for
do you
him.
think Bale in 4 years is still good for him? Like, you know what I mean? Like
2
but I
years.
don't think he's gonna be there in
Euros.
4
We're now in the
years.
Euro
2 years, 2
Euro
years, sorry.
building.
Yeah, I don't
2
think
years.
Ryan Giggs is gonna be in.
No,
the
2
Wales
years,
job.
2 years.
I think
years,
he
yeah.
I think he sees to the Euros,
It's a good
and then he
timeline.
goes from there, picks up a club.
Boom.
Hopefully.
This is just a step up.
Maybe
in
it
the
maybe
spotlight. Now
maybe it's
people will
less.
actually respect. They'll look at his resume and they'll be like, "Oh, wow, you
They'll
managed
respect,
Wales."
They'll respect him if he does work, man.
100%.
He needs to be at a club. That's my
He
point. He
will
needs to be
be.
Eddie Howe.
He's a young
Eddie Howe
manager.
one day could manage Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, because you see the work he's putting
But
in now.
Here's the thing: while Eddie
and
Howe
the
was
reps.
taking all those classes, Ryan Giggs was winning championships.
Dude, Ryan Giggs took the classes.
And
he's
he
already
should
done
be-
it.
and
He's
look
done
at-
his badges.
and look
you
at
I
know?
know, but
Zizou,
what I
that's
mean
my-
is, like, Ryan Giggs retired at like what 40
40,
years old, pretty
yeah.
much. Eddie Howe was like
Coaching at that age,
33,
yeah.
35, like
That's
managing
fine.
in Bournemouth. So Ryan Giggs, not his
Pep-
age, he's a young manager. He's a
Dude,
young coach.
It says a lot about you when your first big job is international. When guys like
But what
Zizou
else
chose
is
a
open?
club.
What else is open for
That's
him?
what it says.
Dude, West Ham was open. Where should Ryan Giggs start? At United?
No.
He's going to go from
That's-
Yes.
Wales
that's
to
his
Wales.
ambition.
Hold on.
That's
Bring
his
it back.
ambition.
So
Bring
start
it
at
back.
West Ham and do work.
Bring it
just
back.
like David Moyes.
Ryan Giggs, when he was he was in the fold at United before he left after Jose came in.
Shit,
he
we
was
gotta
telling
wrap this up,
the
fellas.
United hierarchy to bring in Mbappe, to bring in Gabby Jesus when they were not nobodies, but when they were cut price 5-10 million tops.
Good scouting.
He was
Whoa, whoa,
telling
whoa.
them to bring them in. If
Good
he got the
scouting.
manager job,
And no, when you say that, you also have to realize that he's telling you who hit. You're not telling.
Yeah,
he's not
he
telling
could-
you.
he could have
He
said-
could have said like 20
Bring in Van
players.
Ginkel. You know what I
He
mean?
could've said
At
20
the
players.
time, that's what he was
No,
doing.
no,
He's-
at the
you're
time,
finding
he
out
said,
about
hey,
the successful
bring this guy,
ones.
bring this guy,
We don't
bring
know
this guy,
what.
bring this
Yeah,
guy.
he could have
Oh,
been
they
machine
hit.
gunning. Bring in Van
Okay,
Ginkel.
some of those bullets
Bring in
don't
He
hit,
could have
though.
threw. Yeah,
Some of
yeah,
those
but
bullets
the
are
thing
Yeah,
gonna
is-
but you can say that about
Those are-
everyone. You can say that about every manager. Some of those
but then
bullets
who
hit.
was looking at those
Arsenal,
players
look
at
at
that
Arsenal.
time?
He brought in
Yeah,
like
nobody.
1,000 plays. He said, but guess what? He didn't hit it all on all of them.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not.
You can say that about
man, after
anything.
seeing how badly David Moyes, a guy who's super stable, super,
Defensive.
organized or defensive. Mourinho's defensive as well, so that's not a critique. But just a guy who has done the job, done the reps, come in at United and completely flounder. I don't think a guy who's played that can necessarily come in and kill it. I don't think that's an assumption. I would have loved to see him.
Look, this is a step.
I think
I'm just
really
saying,
a good stepping stone.
I'm
in
saying the
terms of-
stepping stone should be at a club, not where you're going to
He'll
manage
get
for
there.
every 2
That
months.
will be his next step after Wales.
He
He's
could
not
have
going to
skipped
go.
Wales, is my
he's-
point. It's a
This
waste
will-
of
this-
goddamn
It's
time.
not a waste of time. This is a step up into the spotlight.
All right.
This gives him more
all right,
respect.
Moving
So-
on from Giggsy.
If he does work.
I got four
He
things.
has to do
Oh,
work.
Jesus
First
Christ,
things
I
first.
see.
I'm just saying, Adatron went
we-
from
can we
Barcelona
go-
to Istanbul.
What are you
on a
talking
loan.
about?
You
I
already
said
didn't say. I didn't hear that.
You're not
Next,
listening.
fine.
That was like a
Do you bring up
5-minute
Landon
talk.
Donovan?
You don't
Do you bring up
listen.
Landon Donovan?
Lando USA.
Oh, there we go. I just changed the atmosphere. Right away.
Lando.
Change it.
Lando.
Change it up.
Lando.
Team Philadelphia.
USA.
Yo, that's
Receding
the atmosphere, all right?
Receding
Yeah, I'm
hairline.
just throwing a bunch. Hey, I'm just like Ryan Giggs with his predictions. I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff out there.
I
Something
fucking
sticks, let's go.
hate Landon
So
Donovan.
Landon
with all
Donovan-
my-
Why
I
would you
fucking
name
can't
this
say that.
Landon
Because
Donovan.
that goal at the 2010 World Cup, man. It's
Just
hilarious.
came out. Landon Donovan had one of the best goals we've ever seen. Near post. But anyways, he just came back from retirement again.
Where
Michael
did-
Jordan of soccer.
Where did he sign with?
No.
Club Leon.
just
Liga
embarrassing.
MX.
It's
So
going to Mexico.
Mexico, you boys like Mexico, woo! So Landon Donovan
All right.
doing his thing. That whole team is excited. Real quick, I just want to talk about how
He's drunk, people.
West Brom, they beat Brighton 2-0. Johnny Evans got a goal. That's just another incentive for a big
For Arsenal
team.
to sign him.
Arsenal,
Man
City,
Huh.
everyone
Next,
is looking at.
next.
And then the
Next.
last one, Marko Arnautovic. We talk about this guy here and there.
Pick him up.
We talked about
He
him
just
in
wants to
fantasy talk
brag.
all the time.
That's what it is.
This
See,
guy,
fantasy
he
talk.
just bam, bam, bam.
He just wants to
And
brag.
Not only did he get a goal, he got 2 assists. Both assists
keep
is
bragging.
to Lanzini. And after the game, he called him out because he's like, "Oh, Lanzini says I don't get him assists. Well, I got him too, so he needs to be quiet till next
Dude,
match."
Lanzini to Liverpool.
Come on, to have a that's
but they're
savage.
boys. That's how you know they're boys.
That's savage.
how
Because he
you
had a
know they're
little
boys.
smirk on his face,
Yeah,
so he's like,
dude.
"Yeah,
They're
you can be
boys,
quiet till
dude.
next match."
Lanzini, the only reason why is because he heard that bat call from Klopp. Klopp was like, "We need a new number 10." Lanzini saw it. He's like, "Oh, I'll get 2 goals."
Super
bang, bang.
silky.
He's
Brings
got that
something
Coutinho
different.
Yo,
mold.
Argen-
not the
Argentina.
ability.
Argentina,
no,
South
that
American.
mold,
No,
man.
he
He's
brings
so
something different to
slippery.
the table.
He's a proper number
He's
10.
a game changer, in my opinion.
Proper number
He's a
10.
game changer at his best.
Shut up, Payet.
Monday night, Man United versus Stoke City to round up the EPL action. A win would see United cut the lead on City to 12, a respectable 12 points. It's sitting at 15 points now.
Couldn't even say that without giggling.
That's embarrassing, man. I mean, in the last 5 games, we had 3 draws in a row. Unacceptable. We should have picked up 9 points there. But we didn't, so whatever. The only thing to do is keep plugging along, hope City stumble more. With this loss, we should be in a better position. We're not. But Man United, Stoke at Old Trafford should be an easy win for the Devils.
And we should
Yeah.
also be learning where Goretzka should be going within the week. Where do you guys think he's going?
Arsenal, please.
Come on, stop it.
Please. I'm begging.
Damn.
So the big one is Bayern or Liverpool for the most part.
Look,
Bayern.
man. Outside of, like I said, man, German player. Look, if somehow Bayern doesn't want him,
But after this match with City, I think that is such a huge performance that I think that could sway a young player saying,
Look,
"I'm going
they-
to a German manager going to Liverpool."
absolutely
I'm hoping.
could.
Especially
hoping.
after
Absolutely
since Naby
could.
Keita won't be coming in January.
Exactly. I'm hoping, man.
Absolutely could, but he's going. He's the next German center midfielder. He's the next Basti. He's the next Michael Ballack for Germany. They're gonna keep him in Germany, dude.
Bayern does what they
Bayern,
do.
absolutely. They
do what
swallow.
they do.
Hummels was linked with all kinds of. Bayern was like, you're the next German superstar.
What do they
center
offer
back."
to keep him there?
No, it's not even that, dude. They
All
probably
the
Beer?
beer in the
What do you
world.
mean, beer?
Dude, they probably pull you
Yeah,
into
that's
the-
what I
Those
said,
like
all the
hot
beer in the world.
girls that like dress in those little
Yeah,
like,
but what?
skimpy
Do they
outfits.
What
probably-
can other clubs not offer?
Huss, it's probably like
Beer?
a cult. It's probably like a cult. They pull you
Those
into the room. And
suspenders.
they're like, Vince rules.
suspenders.
You're German. You saw what we did to the world. Imagine what we can do to you if you don't come play for us. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
they,
it. We're
they lost
building
to the
a
world,
perfect
though.
race.
They probably like
Well,
watch
that's
beer. They
that's
probably
what took
watch
to
Beer
defeat
Fest.
Germany. The world.
Yeah.
Germany versus the world.
You know what? I was talking to someone actually way back.
Who do you talk to? Who's
Yeah,
someone?
who are these
No, this is
strangers?
someone
I talked to
dark
so many
alley.
strangers.
Remember that? I forget the name of the movie. Sylvester Stallone was in it. He was the goalkeeper of like a concentration
What?
camp, and they played the
Yeah,
German
yeah,
team.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forget what it was. But yeah,
I do, dude.
No,
Similar
no,
similar
no,
concept,
no,
man.
no,
Similar
yeah.
fucking
Was-
concept.
Was Belay in that
so
movie?
one thing led to another. They played the German team. I'm like, this is outrageous. A German team beats like Pele and all those guys. Like I'm like, that's outrageous. That's stupid. And now I'm thinking about, I'm like,
Talk to Beckenbauer.
and nowadays I'm like, holy crap, a German national team could take on a World 11.
Dude, they smacked
They-
Brazil 7-1.
Yeah, dude.
Abuse him. They
And,
killed
like-
David
like-
Luiz's career.
But
It was
what I was like
this,
10
and
when I
then all of a
saw
sudden
it.
went
I was
steady.
10 when I saw it, so I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
a
but
world
that-
team would kill this team.
Yeah, but
Nope. Nope,
I don't
I was
know,
wrong.
man.
I was wrong, man.
That's
This German team is
Alright.
that good right now.
You
All
know,
right.
Everybody,
I don't want to take
everybody,
that joke. That joke would've
everybody,
went too far.
everybody,
That joke would've went
everybody,
too far.
That's not a
everybody
joke.
in the
No.
room.
I
Hussy,
Oh, I didn't hear it.
cynical.
Hussy,
Nah, I
shut
kept
up.
it in.
Hussy, everybody,
Who wins the
everybody,
World Cup?
everybody.
Germany?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello, people of Podcast FC Universe, PFC Nation. This episode of the Podcast FC show is brought to you by CLNS Media. That's CLNS Media. They are a leading online provider of audio and visual content in the digital realm. They're a premier destination for broadcast journalism, as well as personal and collective digital branding and marketing. Their mission, you may ask? is to enhance and empower the individual while providing information and ideas that enrich and enlighten society. That's no small order right there. That's a tall order.
That's a big mission.
And it is a big mission. They set their sights high. Aim for the sky, hussy.
Let's go.
Their network features a continuous broadcast schedule with numerous personalities and celebrities from across the world of current events, finance, entertainment, technology, law, and sports. All right, they don't limit themselves. They do not limit themselves. A leading provider of audio and video content, it delivers its audience the highest quality presentations, which immeasurably enhances the retainability of its information. I don't know who wrote this stuff, man, but they were an English major. You know what I mean?
It's a mouthful.
Additionally, they employ both full and part-time journalists, commentators, and producers from around the world. You can get a job with these guys if you really want it. If you're involved in journalism, if you want to be, contact them. They combine a distinctive and eclectic variety of digital coverage with an emphasis on its unparalleled audio-video content. You know, they're very comprehensive in their coverage. They have live on-scene reporters, interview players, coaches, you know, get you the live scores up to date.
On site.
On site. So you can go on Facebook, you know, give them a follow. You know, go on Twitter, give them a follow. Check them out.
App is free.
Nick Gelso, great guy, you know, over there at CLNS. Put him on. Give him a shot. Give him a shout. You want to learn something? You want to follow with good content? CLNS Media is the place to be.
Well done, Al. You had it through that, son.
Well
done,
You got
kid.
through that.
There you go.
And that's it, right? Wrapped it up. We covered it up. Hand of God. Arsenal sucks.
I could probably think of some
Liverpool
more things
doing
to say.
work.
Wrap it up, kids.
Oh, by the way, someone on Twitter is saying that what's Robertson's first name on Liverpool? Robertson.
I just know him as Robinson. What's that?
Huss Robinson.
Anyway, they were saying that it was the greatest moment in Liverpool FC history, that run that he made from left back to right wing.
Andrew Larry.
Andrew
If
Robinson.
he scored off that, I would have been losing my mind.
Somebody on Twitter put a video. They copied the link. It was the greatest moment in Liverpool FC history. Which is it just shows you how far
back to right wing.
they've fallen.
I don't know about
in
fallen.
grace.
Garbage club.
I don't
Hey,
know
man,
about-
this
we're
guy
tied points.
pressed great. I
We're
will
tied at
say,
points.
Game in hand.
dude, the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah, for
crazy.
now.
It was a great press, but
That was nasty.
Dude, it was hysterical. It's a joke.
Kids
That
are
was the
savage
highlight
for
of the
that.
game.
Kids are savage.
Oh,
80th
my God.
minute. I'm
dude,
a
it got
press
the crowd
anyway.
roaring,
He
man.
won
know
everyone over with
How
that
many
press.
times have people talked crap about this guy, and yet he just performs?
Dude, it was me.
He's a definite. He's a
But dude,
100%
Alberto Moreno, where you at, son? Alberto Moreno, you're in the back seat again, pal.
This guy's a better
Dude,
cross.
Milner was
Boy.
on top of you.
Tiggy's boy.
Look, that's my boy, man.
Nah, dude,
Yeah.
I think time will tell. Time will tell.
It will.
My boy
Yeah.
Roberto. Just like, what's his name? Luke Shaw.
He will get
Don't tell
transferred
me.
out.
No.
And wherever he goes, he'll do
I
well.
agree with you.
He'll
I
do
agree
well.
with you, Luke Shaw.
Liverpool's
Gonna
not for
do-
him.
I believe it. The same thing with Luke Shaw. I do not
manager
believe
doesn't
with
believe
Moreno.
him.
I think Andrew Robinson is a steal for Liverpool if he continues to grow from where he is.
I think you guys are just jacking over a single game. This kid.
No,
got
it's not a single
promised,
game because I've
and
been
at
talking
some
about
point-
multiple games
He
about
got
this dude.
roasted a couple of games. Let's
Yeah,
solve
man.
that.
No,
He had a good game.
He's
in a
also
big
still
game.
young.
That's it.
He's still young.
Exactly.
is.
All the more reason to calm
Yeah,
the hell
settle
down.
down.
I'm talking if he keeps on progressing. I'm saying 3
Yeah,
years.
if
This guy.
game.
Okay,
not-
Mustard
if
Stain
game.
were also saying the same
How much were
thing.
you going after your left back, your new Miles dude, whatever? What's
Maitland Miles.
Hey, Maitland Miles. Oh my
How about that?
Miles. Oh, this
How about
guy.
that Colasanich
This guy.
life?
This guy.
How about that
the last
Colasanich
2
life?
weeks he got
You know.
roasted.
How about that hit the gym life? Colasanich, bruh.
Yeah,
You
you're about
know
to
that.
hit the Champions League life. But
Exactly. You about that hit the championship life.
Champions League. What?
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 What? In the butt?
You're gonna have the best stadium in championship next year.
Keep it going.
PFC Nation, we love you. It's been
forget,
real.
Arsenal helped
I
you
think
win
we've
that
run
game.
out of things to talk about.
Yeah,
If we're
listen
getting-
to
if
us.
we're getting
Don't
back
be
to this.
stupid. Listen to us.